On this historic night from sunny San Diego, California, we celebrate the artistry of combat, the mastery of technique, and the boundless courage that fuels these warriors' souls. Tonight, from the Pachanga Arena, it is the landmark event, Bellator 300. And a trifecta of title fights comprises this tricentennial numbered event. The main card, it will be a gold rush. And oh, what a rush it promises to be. The main event, the semifinals of the $1 million lightweight world Grand Prix undefeated champion Usman Nurmagomedov defends against former champ Primus in a grudge match years in the making. All-time great Chris Cyborg defends the featherweight title against one of the best female fighters to never have won a championship, Kat Zingano. And Liz Carmouche will defend the title in a friend-turned-to-foe match against the former champion Ilima-Lei Macfarlane, but Carmouche can be the only one to walk out the champion. A win or a draw, she retains the belt. If Macfarlane wins, the title will be vacated. Big John McCarthy, Mauro Ranallo, we've got a plethora of pulsating prelims coming your way. So let's get it unleashed in the heavyweight division as we kick off Bellator 300. Two fighters making their respective pro debuts. Former pro football player Josh Hokett squaring off against Spencer Smith.
As you said, pro debut, both guys coming in and putting it on the line in their first fight as professionals.
With the official introductions, here is the intergalactic voice of Bellator MMA, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Bellator 300. As we get the prelims underway now, we'll kick things off inside the Bellator cage with 3 5-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, the blue corner, at 6'2", weighing in 247.8 pounds, making his professional debut. He fights out of Long Beach, California, Spencer Smith. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner, at 6'1", weighing in 246 pounds even. He too today makes his professional debut, fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of Fresno, California, Josh, the incredible Hokett. And when the bell rings, we'll welcome back to the MMA cage referee Mike Beltran.
Good to see Mike Beltran back as referee as we get started. Josh Hokett, former 49er, Fresno State Bulldog wrestler. Spencer Smith wrestled at Cerritos College, junior college level, and they will come to the center of the cage sporting those commemorative golden gloves. Oh, and that almost proved to be a golden shot, that lead right hand for Hokett, as he lands the first significant blow of the fight.
It was a golden shot, a beautiful right hand right down. That definitely got Spencer Smith's attention right away.
And Hokett bringing that bulldog mentality from Fresno State, where he was a two-time NCAA Division I All-American, a fullback with the 49ers, and man, he would like to have the success in the cage that they're having so far this season. Undefeated at 4-0, and of course, when we mention football this week, we lost a legend, one of your heroes, Dick Butkus, the monster of the Midway, John, and I know he would appreciate a throwdown between two heavyweights in the Bellator cage.
There's one thing he would love, it's just the two guys just going at it. Right now, both guys, you're trying to get that feel out, getting the butterflies out. This pro debut, you know that their adrenaline was going at the start, just trying to take their time.
Hokett, fighting out of Jackson Wink MMA in Albuquerque, New Mexico, trains with the likes of all-day Davion Franklin, who we will see in action later tonight as part of the prelims. There's a long-distance shot by Hokett, able to take the back of Smith. Smith quad pod right now, now the tripod.
It needs to be stated, Hokett, you know, and his brother was an unbelievable wrestler. His fights for Bellator. Hokett, very good wrestler. And this position right here, this is where he's going to live. He's going to be in that Nice top position, controlling the body of Spencer Smith.
Yeah, he hopes to have a more successful Bellator MMA debut than his brother Isaiah, who was stopped in just 10 seconds. But since then, 3 wins in a row, a decision, a knockout, a submission. So he is rolling just like his brother Hokit is here in the first round with 2 minutes now gone. It's been all the incredible Hoke.
All that's good work by Hokit. He's just starting to just push holes into Smith's gas tank. Big shots, heavy, going right back to the leg.
Both of them fighting for the first time as professional. Smith coming forward. He went 2-2 as an amateur with 1 knockout, and he fights out of CMMA, fighting out of Long Beach, California. Has been tutored by the likes of one of the greats, Josh Barnett, former UFC champion, a longtime pro wrestler. Actually returned to the pro wrestling ring this past weekend in his home part of the country, the Pacific Northwest, for AEW. And as things settle down here, John, Smith beginning to try to find his range and try to back up Hokit.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job of just trying to land that right hand down the pipe. He's making it straight, which gets it there quicker.
Under 2 minutes left as they both chuck heavy leather. Yep, Smith listening to his corner, coming forward, and there's an overhand right, John, that curl behind the guard of Hokit. Hokit trying to find the range with the jab.
Now, Hokit is trying to use his footwork to set up that right hand. He's just not finding the range right now.
Smith with a lead left hook to the body.
Smith he's plodding with his feet, but he keeps on marching forward, and he's being effective.
Under 1.5 minutes left in the first round of this heavyweight tussle between 2 debutantes looking to get that all-important first win out of the way. There's a calf kick by Hokit, off balance. Final 60 seconds of the first round, and Smith fires back with a low leg kick.
A nice low calf kick.
Sharp jab from Hokit.
That's what Hokit needs to do. That. Look, he's faster of foot than Smith is, and he needs to use that footwork to get him in and out. Use that jab, pop the jab, and use your footwork to get you out of distance.
It told us that his overall athleticism would be one of the biggest advantages that he would have, but after a bit of a rough start, Smith has overcome the adversity and now finding some rhythm and able to land some shots of his own, like that lead left.
Hokit doing a nice job, though, of just keeping himself nice and relaxed, but when he's taking those shots,
takes a lot of the steam off him.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And he's doing it without throwing his hands. You got to throw your hands first to set that shot up.
There's a 1-2 by Smith that backs Hokit up. The heavyweights have completed 1 round.
Right here, take a look at the big right hand. That was right at the start of the fight. Really missed the mark. Kind of got him towards the collarbone neck area. Just missed that chin a little bit. But as you see Spencer Smith coming forward, it was that beautiful jab. That's what Hokit was living off of, and he was using his footwork to land that jab. Now, Spencer Smith had some big shots in that round, but overall, with the takedown, with the shots that he landed on the ground and that jab, it might be Josh Hokit who ended up taking the round.
Stay right there, go back. All right, gentlemen, second round. Ready to fight? Ready to fight? Now, let's go.
Well, and round 2, you heard Josh Hokit getting instructions from longtime kickboxing coach, part of the Jackson Wink power duo with Greg Jackson, Mike Winklejohn. And there is a low takedown, changing levels, and Hokit dragging Smith to the mat and immediately taking his back.
Nice job of dragging him down to the mat. He wants to get that right hook in if he can, but the cage is basically stopping him.
As we mentioned, was a two-time All-American at Fresno State in wrestling at 197 and heavyweight, making his heavyweight debut as a mixed martial artist, and now forcing Smith to carry his weight. Smith back to his feet here now, looking to turn in, but eats a knee on the exit.
But that was a nice job by Smith because he was trying to use the fence to scrape Hockett off of him. In the end, got free.
Sharp jab again by Hockett. A minute has elapsed here in the second. Hockett switching. Orthodox southpaw, trying to bedevil Smith, trying to find some kind of mental edge. As Smith again lunges forward with the left, but because he's overextending, taking a lot of steam off of his intended punch. Oh, but not that real counter right by Hockett. Bounced off of Smith's noggin.
That was a nice solid shot, but Smith ate it well, and he's coming forward still. So, but well done by Hockett. He saw that opportunity, he saw the opening. Smith needs to stop winding up on the shots. He's starting to telegraph when those shots are coming. He wants to shoot those hands straight from the
That's a good combination, and actually well done. The lead left hook to the body, the right hand upstairs, followed by a body kick.
And you'll notice he did not wind up.
And there the counter right uppercut from Smith, but Hockett loading up on that right hand. He had predicted a first-round knockout courtesy of the right hand. Here he is in round two, still searching for the money shot.
Sometimes all of our predictions go right out the window when someone's punching back.
There's a jab from Smith. Lead overhand right connects for Hockett. Level change, single legs, and immediately Hockett pounces on the back of Smith.
So as he was stepping in there, that's when you want to step through to get that hook in. He wasn't able to do it. There goes that left hook, but nice job by Smith to leave that leg. And I'll give it to Hockett. I like the fact that he will drag himself down with his opponent, knowing that he has the advantage. Just don't let your opponent turn on you at this point.
3 of 7 in the takedown department for Josh Hockett.
Hard shot.
25-year-old delivering jackhammer-like right hands from the back, but Smith able to get to the fence and back up to his feet. And Smith's corner asking for a back elbow to Hockett's face. Mat return by Hockett, and Smith grabbing the fence.
Grab that, which changes that takedown. Still in a position where he's against the canvas, but yeah, that definitely changed where they were going to end up. Smith doing a great job of using that fence as a balance point to work himself back to his feet continuously.
Just over a minute remaining in the second. 2 knees from Hockett, followed by a right hand, and Smith standing up and still walking forward, but he ate 3 nasty shots from Hockett.
And that first knee, Morrow, absolutely landed flush. I got to give it to Spencer Smith. He has got a chin.
Coming up on the final 45 seconds of the second round, you're watching action in the Bellator heavyweight division. We were supposed to see Ryan Bader defend the heavyweight title against Linton Vassell in a rematch on the main card. Vassell forced to withdraw due to illness as Smith again attacks the liver with that left hook. 30 seconds left in the middle frame. Sharp jab lands again for Hockett. Smith, no movement, no head moving off center line.
Oh, exactly. His head has 0. It's staying straight there. It's a great target for Hockett.
Yeah, great target for Smith, attacking the lead leg of Hockett with that calf kick.
That lead leg starting to get eaten up.
Hey, that's your second warning, you understand? That's a hard warning now, you understand? Don't grab the fence.
We just heard referee Mike Beltran warning Spencer Smith, a hard warning, don't grab the fence. Let's listen in.
Hey, those 2 rounds are yours, Josh.
All right?
Don't sit back.
You're going to hit him with right hand. Guess what you're going to do? Drop him the left hook. All right? I want you to look for that left hook. What you got for my hand?
Hey, yep, keep those 10s coming. Hey, when you level change, if you want, he's fucking so bad, he's gonna duck to an uppercut if you want to come back up with one of those after you level change. Still ending over there.
Big right hand right here by Josh Hoke. That was beautifully placed. Nice attempt by Spencer to come back with that counter shot, but that's the shot right there. Once he got him to the ground, Hoke is landing huge shots. Here comes that huge knee right there, and a second one that wasn't quite as bad. That was a heavy knee that he took up against the cage.
Family plays a big part when it comes to fighting. Third and final round. We will definitely see a lot of that coming up on our Gold Rush main card. All 3 fights, title fights, except for Alima McFarland, the inaugural flyweight champion, who missed weight and will not be eligible to win the flyweight belt for a second time. But we have Isaiah Hoke and Mike Winklejohn giving instructions to Josh Hoke. And after 2 rounds, John, how do you have it on your unofficial scorecard and why?
Unofficially, I've got Josh Hoke winning both of those rounds. The first one was close, but he landed the cleaner shots overall. Second one wasn't close. He landed the heavier shots, more shots, everything. It's a matter of Spencer Smith's corner told him, you got to go out and get him, which is going to open up Spencer Smith for some of the shots that Josh Hoke is, but it also puts Josh in a position. He knows the guy's going to come after him. You got to watch out for the big shot.
Smith has the right idea with that left hook to the body, but needs to set it up better. And of course, both of them with each and every second gaining valuable experiences. This is their first time, and oh, by the way, they're doing it under the bright lights of Bellator MMA.
Both guys were performing very well. There is Josh Hoke and Mike Winklejohn.
He's not defending it. Just keep taking it. Just keep taking it.
Hoke.
Yep.
Isaiah Hoke and his brother talking right there.
Hands up, hands up. When you go, hands up.
Good. Nice job. Beautiful. Beautiful.
There's the jab again from Hoke, but doesn't follow with that right hand. And there's a head kick partially blocked by Hoke from Smith, but the jab is money.
Josh Hoke really needs to just rely on that jab. Use it, set it up, and that'll bring the right hand in and then the left hook.
Two fighters with a wrestling background. It's going as expected. We had Hoke, of course, taken to the ground, but for Smith, obviously content to try, but the head movement. And now finally
a little bit more
head movement after the jab. Hoke 4 for 8 in the takedown department, right? And Smith yet to attempt a takedown. And there's that jab again from Josh Hoke with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the final round.
Hoke doing a nice job. You see that movement, moving towards the weak side of Spencer Smith's. Spencer keeps on trying to hit him with the big right hand. He keeps on moving himself away. That's going to take some of the sting off of it if it lands.
The jab has been effective, but it's been a single shot. Needs to piece together combinations, does Josh Hoke past the midway point of the final round, but it has dictated the terms for the most part for Josh Hoke. And it's messed up the face of Spencer Smith in his pro debut.
Well, one of the things that Spencer Smith has been very successful with is that low calf kick.
Yes.
And he needs to stick with it. It's going to take a lot of that movement away.
In fact, Smith 13 of 23 in the kicking department. Hoke 7 of 8. And there is Josh Barnett.
Nice takedown right there by Hoke.
So the 5th takedown secured.
That's Josh Barnett and Chad George in the corner of Spencer Smith. Chad George, an outstanding grappler.
The head coach of Spencer Smith. And so Hoke looking to seal the deal with this takedown, try to advance to full mount, opens half guard.
Take a look at that arm triangle. It's
looking
coming
for the arm triangle submission in his professional debut. And there's the tap. And Josh Hoke gets the finish in the final round, 1-0, with an arm triangle choke From the wrestling mat to the gridiron to being successful for the first time in the Bellator MMA cage, Josh Hokett, welcome to professional mixed martial arts.
You know, all of this, the finish comes because it starts with the takedown. Here he goes. Didn't do a good job of setting up with his hands, but he got into Smith because Smith was getting a little bit more tired. And he put him to where he was on his butt away from the cage, and he used that cage so well to get himself back up. But there you go, that arm triangle. Big, heavy guys. There's his brother Isaiah, Mike Winklejohn, giving themselves a little high five for, yep, we taught him how to do that.
We just came from Dublin, Ireland, Bellator 299, where there was a record 3 arm triangle chokes in a Bellator MMA show. We start Bellator 300 with an arm triangle choke. Josh Hokett representing Jackson Wink MMA and picking up that all-important first Duke.
It is what it is.
Let's make it official. Here's Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the head and arm choke ends it. The tap officially 3:48 into round number 3. He'll begin as an undefeated professional by submission. The winner, Josh, the Incredible Hokett.
Mr. McCarthy, don't make Josh Hokett angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. The Incredible Hulk picking up submission win via arm triangle choke. An impressive performance in his professional mixed martial arts debut, handing Spencer Smith defeat in his first fight as a pro.
But it's one of those, you want to get that, you know, big win, and you want it to be fast, but you also want to get that time in the cage, and he got that time. He had a great performance. He ends up getting the finish in the 3rd round. That's what you're looking for. That was a great fight for Josh Hokett.
A great night for all of us here at Bellator MMA. John, this past Thursday marked the 20th anniversary of my involvement in this great sport, making my debut at Pride Fighting Championships Bushido 1 next month. Represents your 30th anniversary involved in mixed martial arts. And here tonight, Bellator 300, and on the main card, it is a gold rush. All 3 title fights, unfortunately, for Lima Lay McFarland, who's had the weight of the world on her shoulders, raising millions of dollars for the wildfire victims of her native Hawaii, unable to make weight, ineligible to become a champion for the 2nd time, as she, well, takes on her longtime friend, training partner, woman that got her involved in the sport. And now they go at it for 5 rounds or less to kick off Bellator 300 main card.
You know, sometimes life is just, there's too much of us going out in different directions. And for Lima Lay, yeah, she's not going to be able to get that title, but she is still fighting for the people of Hawaii. And that means the world to her, so she's going to put on the best performance she can. And she's going to try to make that a vacant title.
Long time grudge match. Really looking forward to Chris Cyborg and Kat Zingano finally getting it on for the Bellator Featherweight title.
And if you're looking at, you know, Chris Cyborg has just been there, done that with everyone. But the people that are always trying to beat her are always trying to take her to the ground and never have had that wrestling ability to do it. But Kat Zingano, she does have that wrestling ability, so she has the tools that are needed to give Chris problems.
And we will, of course, see Usman Nurmagomedov defend the lightweight title against former champ Primus in the semifinals of the $1 million World Grand Prix. And we are set for action in the flyweight division. The number 10 ranked Dilara Jawani takes on Jenna Bishop, who is 1-0 in the Bellator cage.
As you take a look, 11-7, Jawani's got a lot of experience, a lot of good fights that she's come out and wins here in Bellator. 5-0 and an excellent ground game for Jenna Bishop.
With the official introductions, here is Michael C. Williams.
Tonight here inside Pechanga Arena, Bellator 300 prelims now go to the Flyweight division. Set for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner at 5'4", weighing in 125.4 pounds. Coming off her successful Bellator debut, she remains undefeated at 5-0, fighting out of San Diego, California, Jenna Bishop. And across the cage, her adversary out of the red corner at 5'3", weighing in 125.6 pounds. As a professional, 11 victories, 7 defeats. She fights out of Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil, presenting Ilana Johanne. And your referee in charge, Jonathan Romero.
Ilara Johanne, the 29-year-old, has won 2 of her last 3 fights, looking to bounce back from defeat against Bruna Allen. And, of course, Jenna Bishop, representing her hometown of San Diego, California, by way of St. Charles, Missouri. We heard the crowd fully behind Bishop as they touch their commemorative golden gloves to mark Bellator 300, and that'll leave a mark. That body kick from Johanne to Bishop to begin the first round.
Now that kick will definitely get your attention if you're Jenna Bishop. And that's what you're going to see Johanne going after this whole time. She wants to stay in the stand-up. She knows how good Jenna Bishop is on the ground. That was a beautiful right hand that just popped the head back on Jenna Bishop.
Aggressive start by Johanne, already scoring with blows to the body and upstairs, mixing the punches and kicks and blitzing Jenna Bishop, who has thus far weathered the storm like a parka. Another body kick from Johanne. And John, you mentioned Bishop's credentials on the ground. She is a ground guru. Her lineage from Carlos Gracie to Elio Gracie to Hoyler Gracie to her coach, J.W. Wright, who gave her black belt. So she's done it the right way, and she's looking to take this fight to the ground and does so. But look at the escape by Johanne. Great balance in the top position.
Beautiful job of the Wizard to get herself up. Almost looking for the leg lock by Jenna Bishop, but a great job by Johanne to get herself back to her feet. That Wizard saved her from being on the bottom. Beautiful work.
Johanne, as we have already seen, an aggressive fighter, telling us that her ground game continues to improve, but with someone like Bishop, as they now engage in that tie plumber double collar tie, and it's Bishop getting the knee strikes, looking to change levels. Once that body lock has Johanne pinned to the fence, and now Johanne's on the canvas.
Beautiful takedown, nice body lock, used that sweep, took the leg away from Johanne. This is exactly where Jenna Bishop wants to be, in the top position, on the ground. This is her world.
Bishop made her Bellator debut at Bellator 291 in February of this year, picking up the win over Alina Kalianadu, and now looking to submit Johanne here in the first round.
That was a beautiful switch from mount to taking the back, going after the arm now.
Going for the arm bar. Bishop looking to extend the arm of Johanne.
The only problem that Bishop has right now is where the fence is at. It's gonna hurt her as far as she wants to try to swing her body around.
Johanne's been submitted once. It was via armbar, but that was over, well, a decade ago.
Great job of taking the arm.
And there it is, for the first time in a decade. Johanne taps out to an armbar. Jenna Bishop with a huge win in front of a partisan crowd at the Pechanga Arena.
Armbar, well, Hunter standing out.
Legit lineage, legit finish for Jenna Bishop.
Legit everything. You take a look, she took big shots. She survived those shots, got the fight where she wanted it, and from that point, look out, she was on fire. And here you go, look, it gets into the body lock position. This is due to the, you see they're getting into that Muay Thai plumb. Beautiful job of outside reap in the leg, takes her time, moves to mount from this position. Johanne decides, I've got to move out of that, takes the back, and when Johanne gives this position right here, there goes the arm, and she just takes her time. Beautifully done. Tries to loosen her up a little bit. You see how she twists that arm out. Heavy hips up. That is a beautiful armbar submission by Jenna Bishop.
Halloween night 2013, Priscilla D'Souza submitted Joanny with an armbar. Now 10 years later, Jenna Bishop does it again. Bishop now 6-0 with 3 submissions. A perfect 2-0 in the Bellator MMA cage. Let's make it official with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, the verbal submission brings it to an end. It was the armbar that brought it on. Official time, 2 minutes, 45 seconds into round number 1. She'll stay undefeated by submission. Jenna Bishop.
The number 10 ranked Ilara Joanny has just been submitted by Jenna Bishop, the 37-year-old who's now rolling at 6-0. And speaking of rolling, Bellator 300 prelims continue after this. You celebrate, Miss Bishop.
November 17th from Chicago, Yaroslav Amosov returns to defend his welterweight belt against the ass-kicking machine, Jason Jackson. Bantamweight champ Sergio Pettis and recent Grand Prix winner in the bantamweight division, Patchy No Love Mix, fight to see who's best at 135 pounds. And Alexander Shabley meets Patricky Pitbull in the semis of the Lightweight World Grand Prix. Bellator MMA, where warriors rule.
Hey Bellator Nation, follow us across a large array of digital platforms and stay up to date on everything you need to know. Like us on the Bellator Facebook page and see exclusive videos. Follow us and get instant updates on Twitter at Bellator MMA and get a chance to have your tweet live on the broadcast. See amazing pictures on Instagram at Bellator MMA. Join Bellator Nation today. Tonight, Bellator 300 touts 3 world title bouts in one sitting. Liz Carmouche and Alima Lay McFarland put friendship aside in pursuit of flyweight gold. Sworn enemies Chris Cyborg and Kat Zingano finally face off for the featherweight title. And the $1 million lightweight World Grand Prix, that continues with a semifinal matchup between champion Usman Nurmagomedov and former champ Brent Primus. Get ready for the gold rush at Bellator 300 live on Showtime tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
We are set for action in the Bellator MMA middleweight division. The number 9 ranked Romero Cotton clashes with Grant Neal, who is fighting for the first time at 185.
And you take a look at that, he's fighting for the first time at 185. He comes in at 183.6. This man used to fight light heavyweight. He is a stud, but so is Romero Cotton at 185.6.
Here is Michael C. Williams.
And we'll welcome all those joining us tonight live on the stream on YouTube and both channels, Bellator MMA and Showtime Sports. We are here in San Diego for Bellator 300. The prelims go now to 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing the blue corner at 5'11", weighing in 183.6 pounds. His professional record, 8 wins, just 1 loss. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Grant the Truck Neal. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 5'10", weighing in 185.6 pounds, ranked now at number 9. As a professional, he brings 6 victories, just 1 loss. From Hutchinson, Kansas, he fights out of San Jose, California, Romero Bad News Compton. And your referee once again, Mike Beltran.
Romero Cotton looking to bounce back from his first loss to Dalton Rasta. While Grant Neal, he wants to continue to build on his 2-fight winning streak at a new weight class, looking to be faster and stronger. The bell in round 1. We've just witnessed the 908th submission in Bellator MMA history. with Jenna Bishop, Josh Hokett with 2 submissions to get us started here at this landmark event. And Cotton immediately utilizing the jab to try to find the range, while Neal changing levels, going to the body with the jab, lands that calf kick to the lead leg.
This fight right here, both guys are outstanding wrestlers. And it might end up being that wrestling cancels it out, and they're going to sit here and throw big bombs.
Yeah, Cotton was a 3-time NCAA Division II national champion at University of Nebraska at Kearney. And of course, Grant Neal was at Colorado State. So high-level wrestling, football, 2 great athletes. And immediately looking to find the range, and both of them probing, both of them searching. Neal with that overhand right. And there is that incredible training camp, a.k.a. Javier Mendez, and of course former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez. Good to see him, King-side.
It's outstanding to see Cain sitting there giving advice. He's such a good coach. It's amazing that he's gone from being the competitor he was to the coach that he is now.
Cotton was off balance, looked for that front kick, and then Neal trying to pounce on him, but Cotton utilizing the jab off the back foot, now goes forward with the jab again to Neal's face. So Cotton, of course, with a.k.a. Neal, fighting out of Denver, Colorado in the Genesis Training Academy. By the way, he turned 28 on Thursday. I want to give a happy birthday show. Oh, left hand to Cotton's face. There's a birthday gift for Grant Neal. My nephew Roberto just turned 20 yesterday. Huge combat sports fan. He'd appreciate what Neal just did.
Grant Neal looks fantastic at 185 pounds, though. We've always talked that he was a tank at 205, but was giving away a lot of length and everything. He's starting to look really good in here. He's in great shape, and he's landing big shots.
We've seen him throughout his career. There's that attribute. He's relentless and looks to be in great shape at 185. They disengage. He does give Cotton his props as a wrestler, but he feels that he's better when it comes to being well-rounded. And Neal also told us that when we asked him, hey, what's your biggest advantage? I'm effing hungry. I need to eat.
One of the advantages you'll see that I'll give Grant Neal on the feet, he just has better footwork. He moves his head off the center line a lot. You'll see him in and out. See how he just moved his head off the center line when he's throwing that shot? That's going to make it harder for Romero Cotton to land those counters or to catch him as he's coming in. Not that he can't, but it just makes it more difficult.
Oh, another left hand that caught Cotton coming in. Under 2 minutes left in an entertaining opening 5 minutes.
Both guys have had their moments here.
Both looking to make moves.
And Romero really needs to stick on that jab. Again, the jab is underutilized, and he's being successful with it.
We just saw Johnny Eblin successfully defend the middleweight title in Dublin. Middleweight division, we have Romero Cotton coming in ranked at number 9. Grant Neal making his middleweight debut, off to a good start as they now engage in some close quarter action, and Cotton just missing with that slicing elbow strike. Chopping right hand misses for Cotton, but he's loading up on these shots.
He is loading up a little bit, but he's showing his hand speeds at the time that when he decides to go, Romero Cotton is explosive.
Cotton 6-1 with 3 knockouts and 2 submissions. Grant Neal 8-1 with 1 KO and 3 subs. There's a body kick from Neal. Feinting and Cotton fishing for the uppercut as Neal changed levels. And there's Cotton with the right hand. Neal kind of uses that left as a battering ram, John.
Yeah, he kind of clubbed him with it. Didn't land quite with the fist, more landed with the palm of the hand.
They both crash the pocket and then dart out. Down to the final 10 seconds of this, the first round of this middleweight matchup between Grant Neal, fighting for the first time at 185 with a sprawl on Romero Cotton. Cotton, the first ever 3-time champion in the 111-year history of Nebraska Kearney University, using some of that wrestling acumen, but man, fast and entertaining 5 minutes.
Absolutely. Both guys really going after it, showing a lot of intensity. Big power by both.
But you know what's happening? You let him get more aggressive than you. Okay? But when you're going really good, okay? So I need you to give me more output. Don't let him push you back. I need you pushing him back, okay? Listen, you're doing not bad. You're not that bad.
He's expecting these next round. Let's give him these. Let's follow it up with some of these. Okay? All right, now give me a big breath.
Set it up with you.
Here's a replay of what was occurring here. Nice kick by Cotton, but the body shot and then the hook upstairs. That's going to be the thing. Watch the left hand here by Neal. Clean shot right against the temple. That was the difference in the round. Grant Neal was able to land the heavier shots and actually more in volume than Romero Cotton. I think that's going to give him the round.
Neal just entering his physical prime, having turned 28 on Thursday, looking for more success at middleweight after a good win over a tough competitor, Carl Albertson, at 205 and Bellator 290 this past February.
He's had some great wins as a light heavyweight. Christian Edwards out of Jackson Winklejohn got a win against him. It's not like he wasn't successful.
Yeah, his lone loss was against Alex Polizzi via split decision back in September of 2021. Looking for his third consecutive victories. We get round 2 underway.
We're going to see if Romero Cotton can do what his coach, Javier Mendez, was talking about. He wants him to move forward. That's what you're seeing right here. He's starting to try to put that into effect.
You always wonder how a fighter will respond, not only after their first loss, but Cotton was stopped via TKO in the third and final round by Dalton Rasta. But that was at Bellator 283 in July of 2022, so Cotton coming back after a long layoff.
Yeah, that was a great performance by Dalton Rasta. Just everything was working for him that night. And Grant Neal needs to take a look at that and say, okay, I see what Dalton Rasta was successful with. And part of what Dalton was is in the grappling, he put a lot of weight on Romero Cotton, got those arms heavy, made him slow down a little bit, and then took advantage of it.
Low kick to the lead leg of Cotton by Neal. A lot of feinting. Cotton misses with that high right kick.
And see, you got to set those kicks up. Use your hands to set the kicks up. That's what's going to hide them.
We expect to see a lot of dynamic kicking in the main event of Bellator 300. Usman Nurmagomedov, the defending lightweight champion, known for that dynamic attack. Red Primus at 38, looking to secure his legacy and become a two-time champion. And of course, it's the semifinals of the lightweight world Grand Prix. One of 3 title fights coming up at Bellator 300 as Neal moves forward, lands the left hand, and Cotton forced to retreat. Oh, and Cotton got clipped with that right.
That's why you see Cotton going for the takedown there. He's looking to clinch, give himself a little bit of time because that landed clean.
Neal has 1 knockout win over Claude Wilcox, but that was back at Bellator 239. February 2020, referee Mike Beltran just making sure things stay above board and above the bell line.
But, and you can see right there, that did touch Grant Neal, but he wants to keep this fight going because he's seen that Romero Cotton will start to slow down. He's a fast twitch, muscle fiber athlete, so he wants to keep the pace heavy and he wants to put a lot of pressure on him. That's why he said, no, I don't need the break, let me go.
Speaking of heavy, this is heavy pressure by Neal now on Cotton against the fence, shoulder strike.
Nice knees inside, but right here, look at the head position of both fighters. Look at where Neal's head's at. Look at where Cotton's at. Cotton needs to start changing that up. He cannot allow Neal to keep his head off to the side there.
Nice. Neal freed his right hand momentarily and used it to set up the body lock, and now going to the body with the left hands, hammer fist to the leg of Cotton even as they disengage, and now it's Cotton double pumping. The jab misses. The jab misses for Neal as well. Neal just goes for the takedown, picks up the single, but Cotton now looking for the guillotine.
Yeah, needs to be careful of that knee. Cotton needs to look towards, had such an opportunity to land a knee there.
Just past, well, we're under 90 seconds now, remaining in the second round. Neal is 0 for 2 in the takedown department. Cotton is yet to initiate. Well, he's 0 for 1 in the takedown department. He needs a combination upstairs. And in terms of the output, Cotton has thrown a little more, but in terms of connects, according to our stats, very even, John.
Very close, but
the more telling shots.
There's Grant Neal right now, and you got to look, and he's the one that's landing the heavier shots. But I'm really impressed with Romero Cotton. There's been a ton of pressure in this fight. It's a fast pace, and he's looking good. Nice job of going to the bottom.
Cotton attacking Neal's lead leg. Coming up on the final 30 seconds of the middle stanza of this middleweight matchup between...
Oh, that was a clean shot. That hurt Grant Neal.
With the red tape on his gloves, and Grant Neal, who's just been rattled by a Cotton blow with the blue tape on his gloves. So Cotton's best blow of the fight. Oh, beautiful body shot by Grant Neal. Ripped that right hand to the body of Cotton and leads with the left. And Cotton misses with the left hook, but lands a 1-2 and then eats a jab. Good striking exchange here.
Yeah, they're starting to throw heavy left here. Getting after it.
Speaking of getting after it, a flying knee by Grant Neal, putting the knee in his last name as the round comes to a close. And so far, Grant Neal, in his middleweight debut, proving to be a decent fit against Romero Cotton, who's looking to bounce back from his first loss, which was via TKO. Let's listen in, John.
This tank. Trust me, you're not tired. He's tired. He's going to start looking for his way out. He's going to start getting real desperate. Okay? Now, Grant, when you want to finish this fight, you can make that call. You can make that call. Look at me. He's landed nothing.
Okay? You got it in you to do it. Okay? Straight punches. Okay? Straight punches. You got to be the aggressor. And don't be in front of him. Sidestep him, but be aggressive. Okay? You understand? Okay? What are you going to do first? You're going to go and take this round? We need a big round. We need a big round. Okay? Give me a good round. Okay? Nice deep breaths. Nice deep breaths.
A motivational Javier Mendez looking to rally Romero Cotton, asking for a big round in this third and final round. And Jacob Ramos giving instructions to Grant Neal. Cotton, Neal. Who wants this fight more? Cotton looking to maintain his hold on a top 10 ranking, while Grant Neal is hoping to be victorious in his middleweight debut. And John, as we head into this third and final round, give us your unofficial scorecard and the reasons for it, sir.
Right now, I have this fight even. I thought that Romero Cotton did a lot of what his coaches wanted him to go forward. He landed more shots, and he did hurt Neal with that one shot. Not that it put Neal down, but you could see that it started to live out. I'm going to go with Romero Cotton in the second round, so I have an even fight.
Both fighters trying to get the other to bite on their feints.
That's exactly it. You see Neal just take.
But there's a counter right by Cotton. Sorry, John.
No, it was good. It was exactly right. But a nice right hand by Romero Cotton.
Good. Left from Neal. Neal looks for the takedown and gets Cotton down against the fence. And that will be Grant Neal's first takedown of the fight. Successful takedown. And now he locks down the legs of Cotton. But Cotton is fishing for the neck, but in no position to get anything done here.
He's not going to get that neck based upon, look at those legs. He doesn't have enough squeeze in those arms from that position, so.
And there's an AKA specialty thanks to a certain Habib Nurmagomedov.
That position right there, that was a Josh Thompson before a Habib. He just made it a lot better.
But it's funny that Neal is giving it to a guy from AKA. That's exactly rubbing it in here. So you're right. Josh Thompson will be joining us at the fight desk with Amanda Guerra as Grant Neal is all over Romero Cotton with just over 3 minutes left in the fight.
Romero really needs to work himself to his feet here. Nice.
On cue. And there's a back elbow attempt by Cotton.
And what he cannot take right now is a mat return. He does not want to allow Grant Neal to get that mat return. Beautiful job by Romero Cotton to get away.
Sharp jab again. And I know I have to come up with a different adjective for the jab, but it has been sharp all night.
see Romero Cotton using an overhook, trying to pinch those elbows together to make Neal weak.
Pummeling going on against the fence, midway point of the final round. Neal leaning in against Cotton, trying to sap him of the strength here as this fight continues to tick away. And remember, in his last fight, Cotton was stopped for the first time in the final round, but now coming forward against Neal. Neal with a beautiful lead left hook, curled it around the guard of Cotton, but Cotton comes back with a 1-2.
Came back with a 1-2 with that lead left hook. It landed clean. Oh, it was a nice right cross.
And another right hand, Neal unloading on Cotton. Under 2 minutes left, and Neal now looking for the knockout with the right hand. Cotton moving backwards.
Romero Cotton's getting hurt by these shots. Well, you see him starting to stand
hands are down. There again, eats a nasty jab.
He's tired. And this is what all that work by Grant Neal gets him to at this moment. When he's got to step forward, Romero Cotton is kind of waiting because he's trying to grab air.
Neal's from Genesis Training Academy, hoping his Genesis at middleweight is a victorious one. Looking good thus far, changes levels and takes down Cotton here in the final round. And that perhaps sealing Romero's confidence, but still a lot of time left, John, with over a minute on the clock.
Got a minute left, but Romero Cotton off of his back. He's not that submission guy that's going to grab submission. He's got to get himself back, either reversal positions or get himself back to his feet so he can try to land his hands. Well done by Grant Neal. You see him just trying to lace that arm. Look at him lace the arm through. That way he's got control of it. Makes it difficult for Romero Cotton. Great job by Romero to get himself back to that position on his knees, forming a base up to get to that standing position.
30 seconds left in the fight. Cotton looking to get on his feet, does so, needs to find a way to break away from Neal. But Grant Neal, in his middleweight debut, appears to be salting away the victory with these knees and this back control. Grant Neal looking to make it 3 wins in a row, looking to defeat the number 9 ranked Romero Cotton. Did he do enough on your scorecard, John?
Absolutely. Grant Neal, in my opinion, should be the winner of this fight. Great fight by both guys.
And what did you like about Grant Neal at 185 specifically?
Gas tank. Look at the pressure that he brought. Look at how much he goes after. Look at the hands right here. Okay, here comes Romero Cotton, but the right hand touches. Best shot landed, the right hand there, and it was continuous, especially in the 3rd round. There comes the right hand over the top again. And then he ended up going to the wrestling. And this is what Romero Cotton was good at, the wrestling. Grant Neal out-wrestles him, puts him onto the canvas, and that's what happens when you get tired. It's a lot harder to fight when your heart rate is way up. Big knees right to the back of the hamstring. At this point, Romero Cotton knows, man, I'm just out of gas in this fight. I'm just going to hold on here and try to make it through. Great performance by Grant Neal and Romero Cotton. He really showed, man, he came out here to fight.
Well, the body language speaks volumes. We've yet to hear the judges' official scores, but great sportsmanship exhibited between Grant Neal and Romero Cotton. Neal looking to win 3 in a row. Cotton looking to bounce back from his first career defeat.
Too long. Hey, the devil is a lie. Lord and Savior is the truth.
Let's find out the official decision. Here is Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your 3 judges at cage side. Your first judge, John Marigliano, scores the fight 29-28. Chris Lieben sees it 30-27. And Elliot Kelly, 29-28. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Grant the Truck Neal.
Grant voyage at middleweight, a victorious one. Happy belated 28th birthday as he wins his 3rd straight in the Bellator MMA cage. And for Romero Cotton, after starting his career 6-0, he has now tasted defeat in back-to-back fights. Bellator 300 continues in just a moment.
Hey Bellator Nation, follow us across a large array of digital platforms and stay up to date on everything you need to know. Like us on the Bellator Facebook page and see exclusive videos. Follow us and get instant updates on Twitter at Bellator MMA and get a chance to have your tweet live on the broadcast. See amazing pictures on Instagram at Bellator MMA. Join Bellator Nation today. Tonight, Bellator 300 touts 3 world title bouts in one sitting. Liz Carmouche and Alima Lane McFarland put friendship aside in pursuit of flyweight gold. Sworn enemies Chris Cyborg and Kat Zingano finally face off for the featherweight title. And the $1 million lightweight World Grand Prix, that continues with a semifinal matchup between champion Usman Nurmagomedov and former champ Primus. Get ready for the gold rush at Bellator 300 live on Showtime tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Bellator 300 continues with a contract weight matchup, 180 pounds. Muhammad Birhamov against Herman Terrado.
That 73-inch reach for Birhamov. He's very good in the stand-up, moves well, has fast hands. Herman Terrado's going to have to use that 69-inch reach inside that full move.
It's been a long time since we've seen Herman Terrado in the cage. Let's go to Michael C. Williams for the official introductions.
Great to be back here in Southern California. No better place for Bellator 300. As we get set now for the prelims, a contract weight fight at 180 pounds, set for 3 5-minute rounds. We introduce first the blue corner. At 5'9", weighing in 178.2 pounds, making his return to the Bellator cage. He brings 15 professional records, 5 losses, 1 draw, presenting Herman, the Titan Terrado. His opponent across the cage out of the red corner at 6 foot, weighing in 178.4 pounds. As a professional, he brings 14 victories, just 1 defeat. Introducing Muhammad Birhamov. And the referee in charge of the action, Blake Grice.
Muhammad Birhamov looking to bounce back from a knockout of the year candidate loss against Lorenz Larkin, one of the nastiest elbow strikes you'll ever see. Terrado looking to snap a 2-fight losing streak in his first fight in over 5 years. He represents San Diego, California, born in Guam, and here we go. 3 rounds at a contract weight of 180 pounds, and Birhamov looking to test the waters first.
Birhamov stand-up, like I said, he's very technically good, throws straight shots down the middle, and so you're going to have to see Terrado slipping those shots and coming inside to land his.
Birhamov 14-1 with 1 no contest against Lorenz Larkin in their first meeting. Larkin emphatically won the rematch. He has 8 first-round finishes for Terrado. He is 15-5-1 with 12 first-round finishes. But again, looking to work out those professional cobwebs. 5 years before coming back here tonight at Bellator 300. In fact, Herman Terrado goes back to the Strikeforce days, John.
Yes, he does. I refereed him there, and you called his fights there, so.
And he did fight in Bellator, has the draw against Justin Baseman. That was back in April of 2014. He's 0-1-1 in the Bellator MMA cage. And I know, John, you reacted to that body kick from Biramov.
That was a heavy shot. Even though you saw Toronto,
knee stomped by Biramov.
You saw Toronto get that arm up. That shot will make that arm come out slower now. That is a heavy kick by Biramov.
Yeah, just below, like it was like an oblique kick, but attacking the knee. And of course, those low line side kicks. And there's a jumping left knee strike by Biramov, teeing off on Toronto, who needs to get away from the fence.
Yeah, he needs to get himself off of the fence. It's limiting his range. Biramov is starting to really to feel up and down. You see those knees coming.
Beautiful. Check up there.
He sees that Toronto is starting to dip his head down when he's throwing, and that's why he's bringing the knees up high.
Biramov working out of Kill Cliff FC in Florida under noted striking coach Henry Hooft. Greg Jones, of course, also helping out there. Toronto moving forward. He is at Gamebred Training Center with Barrett Yoshida and Nestor Flores. Biramov putting the pressure on Toronto against the fence, using the jab as a range finder from southpaw position. They're working move, 4-punch combination by Biramov. Toronto built like a fire pit.
Oh, he's built, he's put together, but it's all of this nice. Look at how he's just walking him down, using the jab. Biramov right now has Toronto confused in what's going to come. That's never a good position to be in when you've got your back against the cage like he does.
Biramov blasted him with the jab, blasting with the front push kick to the midsection. There's another lead right hook. The check hook by Biramov has been there throughout the fight, and he is just beginning to pick apart Toronto, dictate the terms, and using range as well. Good defense, upper body movement, just out of range. And Chris Cyborg, who will defend her featherweight title against Kat Zingano, getting ready for action and already showing her gratitude for the support here in San Diego, as she will defend against Alpha Kat Zingano, a fight that has been talked about for years. And Kat Zingano coming to Bellator MMA and earning the right to challenge for the championship again. She's been a title challenger in the past in the UFC, but now facing Cyborg in a grudge match as part of our all-title fight main card for Bellator 300, coming up 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Showtime.
Biramov doing a beautiful job, up and down to the body, to the head, beautiful jab. And you see, Toronto is trying. He's doing everything he can.
He's got that Guam gumption.
He does. He's got, you know what? He's got no give in him. But man, he's just eating shot after shot. And it's going to start breaking him down. He's got to do something to stop this nice roll by Biramov.
Biramov has been living in Miami for the past month, sharpening his striking skills, and that is quite evident here in the first 5 minutes of this contract weight bout against Herman Tirado. Side kick to the midsection, and obviously no real ill effects from that hellacious knockout loss to Lorenz Larkin.
No, but like anything, Biramov has to be careful because it only takes one shot.
And that was the first time he had been stopped.
Absolutely.
Oh, and looking to stop Toronto with that high kick. And really, Biramov finding the range, finding the rhythm, utilizing that lead right hand from southpaw stance, goes downstairs to the lead leg. Good opening 5 minutes for Muhammad Biramov.
Hook, cross on the body. You're staying really stationary. Yeah, you're being real stationary. You're being really heavy on your feet. Light on your feet, cut your angles, and go to your left. He's trying to set you up for that power punch. Go to your left.
Look who's hiding behind Toronto. Biramov's arch nemesis, Lorenz Larkin.
Lorenz Larkin in there. Here comes Biramov. Beautiful kick, and you see how blocks it, but it does actually get through as far as, watch how heavy it is, watch the arm. The head gets, it definitely absorbs a lot of that shot. That's a beautiful high kick by Biramov, even though the hand came up to block.
It appears Biramov's already found his flow state, while Toronto's a big wound-up ball of tension. All that muscle, all that oxygen that it takes to fuel those muscles, and Toronto exploding out of the corner.
Well,
but you can tell he's been out of the cage for 5 years.
Yeah, but his corner is telling him, you got to step inside and throw your shots. Obviously, he's got to change this up, because what he was doing in that first round was not working. So go out there, try to step forward, see if you can change the rhythm of the fight.
He is coming forward more, but it is Biramov still landing. There's a counter left-right by Biramov, and you look at the total strikes landed, John, and doubling up in terms of the connect total is Biramov, no surprise.
No, I think Biramov actually landed more than he has been very accurate with the shots. There's that beautiful oblique kick.
Body kick by Tirado.
Nice attack with the leg.
Double jab by Biramov. So Tirado definitely more aggressive, and yet forced to retreat by Biramov's pressure. Smart pressure. Beautiful combination by Biramov.
2 clean shots right on target.
He's keeping Tirado frozen in front of him, landing the combinations. Biramov with 2 knockout victories. Last one came against Brett Cooper, but that was way back in 2017, John.
That's a while ago.
But he looks like he's wanting to find the key to the KO here, mixing it up, even an elbow strike there, looking for the knee. So Biramov really giving us a buffet of his striking.
But all of these shots are starting to, that was a heavy, again, blocked, but he absorbed it, and his head absolutely got rattled by that kick. And you're seeing, look how you see Toronto just now starting to shell up. As Biramov comes into him, he's starting to just shell up and not look for the counter so much. He's trying to do this explosive, exchange once he decides to go. But Biramov sees it coming and is just moving out of range.
And Biramov as well. You talk about Toronto being out of the cage for 5 years. There was a period of time where Biramov was out for 4 years with a lot of injuries, which of course would question everything. And yet look at him here now, bouncing back from his first knockout loss and putting together an exquisite striking display against Tirado.
Well, you said it perfectly. This is just beautiful. Jabs, hooks to the body, kicks up high, everything. He's using the full range, and we talk about don't just headhunt, go after him to the body. That's going to make his hands want to come down. And he's doing all of that.
Body kick from Tirado.
You can't take anything away from Toronto, man. He's trying to figure out
34 years of age, fighting a 29-year-old. You're right, he's still trying to find a way to solve the puzzle. No quit in the native of Guam, but he is pinned against the fence, now moving to his left, and yet Biramov has the game plan. Good placement of his strikes, diversifying his attack, but really finding on. There it is. There's a clear illustration of what Biramov's been able to do all night, and that check right hook has been money.
Exactly. You look at the 3-punch combination, followed up by a knee up high. I mean, right now he's in a flow.
And the body shot with the lead left.
And this is what, when we talk about, this is a volume attack. We talk about volume.
Yeah, he's at 112 strikes thrown now by Biramov.
No, that's great. This is what, like the Diaz brothers does. They just overwhelm you with so many shots, body attack.
Oh, look at that, brother. We've seen everything in his hand and elbow and knee arsenal. I mean, he really is giving us a smorgasbord of strikes here against the tough Herman Tirado. And Tirado backed up to the fence again, and he is absorbing all kinds of shots. Not all of them, of course. What I also like by Biramov, there it is, spinning back fist block, changing the tempo and the speed on his strike.
Absolutely, that's the whole thing. The rhythm of the fight, he's in complete control of it. He's deciding when the engagements come. He comes in and out. Now you're seeing Tirado, instead of even looking for a counter, he's just shelling up, and then he'll try to explode out of there, but he's not going to land those shots against someone as good as Biramov in that.
Wow, clubbing him with the right and Biramov having his way here with Herman Tirado, a dominant second round. Coming to the close as he knees Tirado, and Tirado puts his hand down on the canvas.
Tirado did that before, and you saw it went right to the body.
Yep. Smart, good IQ, good concentration. Some might say Sean Strickland-esque in this performance, and what a victory for one of the bigger upsets in MMA, but he's a champion. And you know that Mohamed Biramov would love to one day call himself a champion.
Take a look at this action by Biramov. Beautiful body shot. Just steps back, comes back now with the jab, straight left hand down the pipe. He had all things working. Comes at him multiple, 1, 2, 3, brings the knee up. Just everything working for Biramov. Tirado unable to stop anything.
Let's go, second down, let's roll. Grab the bench, let's roll, guys.
Acknowledge Herman Tirado's family, his son, his motivation, his wife's smile. He doesn't want those smiles to go away, and he has 5 minutes now to come up with a winning formula in his return to action after 5 years away. Mohamed Biramov looking to bounce back from his first knockout loss. Has looked tremendous thus far, and here we go. Final round. His contract weight of 180 pounds.
One of the things I tell fighters all the time, though, you talked about his wife's smile. She's going to smile no matter what he does because she's proud of him. And hey, everybody wants to win. Only one guy can.
You're right about that. And there's that lead right hook behind the guard by Biramov, body kick by Tirado.
But that was a nice, clean kick to the body.
And the total punches landed. An avalanche for Biramov. And when you're landing at 46%, and even better when you're landing 53% of your total strikes, that's a clinic, John.
It's a clinic. That means that you are just rolling. That was a nice right hand that landed.
Yeah, here Tirado with some tenacity looking for the takedown on Biramov. And the crowd here in San Diego cheering on their fan favorite. Man, San Diego, so many gyms, really a mecca of martial arts in so many ways, and well represented here tonight, both on the prelims and the main card.
Well, absolutely. You take a look at, all these fighters coming out of the San Diego area, and it's been that way forever. Dom Cruz coming out of San Diego. Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis out of San Diego.
Oh, nice left hook to the body by Tirado, but you're right. There's great lineage here, and I mean, one of the great cities in America for a variety of reasons when it comes to its scenics and, hey, the sunshine, and of course, combat sports. This building has played host to many memorable moments, including Muhammad Ali versus Ken Norton, one of their 3 fights, as Biramov going to the body, going upstairs, systematically dismantling Herman Tirado with just over 3 minutes left in the fight. And yet Tirado remains determined.
Goes back with that big left hook, but again, throwing big winging shots, which take time to get there.
And Tirado just took a big gulp of air as he ate that knee from Biramov.
Well, Tirado has proven that he was in shape coming in here because he has taken a ton of shots.
And there's a massive takedown by Biramov as he tried to bounce Tirado off the canvas. Tirado working from his back. Began training BJJ at 13. Has 6 submissions. And his attitude is he'd rather lose by knockout than win by decision. That's the Herman Tirado way. That's what he told us.
Well,
and he's not giving up here, John, although, again, Biramov from top position.
Watch the back of the head, top man.
Biramov doing a nice job, just continuing his attack. Nothing big, nothing super heavy, but every now and then he tries to explode. Tirado just trying to tie those arms up, slow down his attack. You see that beautiful knee shield inside?
Biramov posturing up. Knee shield being employed, as you mentioned, John, by Tirado. A minute and a half left in this contract weight fight at 180 pounds. Muhammad Biramov and Herman Tirado, and they are back to their feet. So a moral victory for Tirado, gets a chance to uncork something game-changing for the game-bred, trained fighter. Final 60 seconds of the fight.
Big, deep breaths by Herman Tirado.
Muscles take a lot of oxygen.
Muscles take a lot of oxygen.
And so does
when you get punched.
Biramov's offense.
Exactly. All those shots add up. I'll give him credit. He has proven that he was in shape and ready for this fight. He just wasn't able to stop the technical game.
Half minute left. Biramov content to touch up Tirado.
You got to admit, it was a beautiful performance.
Well,
Biramov coming off of his only loss.
Numbers bear that out, John. When you look at strikes, 122 of 204 for Biramov, 28 of 120 for Herman Tirado. Oktoberfest for Biramov.
Beautiful work by Biramov. Take a look. This he starts to spin for the attack, and then, nope, I'll just bring a knee right up the middle. And that's because he had, at this point, Tirado was unsure of what he could do to stop. Goes in for the takedown and just lifts. Beautifully done. Spins him down to his back. Biramov on top.
Strength in numbers, John.
Yeah. You go ahead, explain.
Tirado physically
those.
strong, but look at the totals for Muhammad Biramov. Again, a man who was on the receiving end of a devastating knockout loss against Lorenz Larkin in the rematch. Larkin in Tirado's corner, but it is all Muhammad Biramov. Do the judges agree? Always a disclaimer now in combat sports.
I'm not even going there. They've got this one right, no doubt.
And that's nice to see the two combatants already earning each other's respect. All right, let's get the official decision from Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going here. 3 judges at cage side for the decision. Brian Miner, Derek Clearing, Felicia O. I'll have it exactly the same 30-27. I'll have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Muhammad Biramov.
Clean sweep for Muhammad Biramov, who bounces back from his first career defeat in impressive fashion, putting on a striking clinic against Herman the Titan Tirado. Bellator 300, the prelims. Roll on.
November 17th from Chicago, Yaroslav Amosov returns to defend his welterweight belt against the ass-kicking machine, Jason Jackson. Bantamweight champ Sergio Pettis and recent Grand Prix winner in the bantamweight division, Patchy No Love Mix, fight to see who's best at 135 pounds. And Alexander Shabley meets Patricky Pitbull in the semis of the Lightweight World Grand Prix. Bellator MMA, where warriors rule.
Tonight, Bellator 300 touts 3 world title bouts in one sitting. Liz Carmouche and Alima Lay McFarland put friendship aside in pursuit of flyweight gold. Sworn enemies Chris Cyborg and Kat Zingano finally face off for the featherweight title. And the $1 million lightweight World Grand Prix, that continues with a semifinal matchup between champion Usman Nurmagomedov and former champ Primus. Get ready for the gold rush at Bellator 300 live on Showtime tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Time for action in the Bellator light heavyweight division. The number 7 ranked Dobrojan Yagshimuradov meets Maciej Rozanski.
You can take a look at the reach. That 72-inch Yagshimuradov is a very explosive, fast twitch and loves the spinning attacks, but he's got to get through that reach over Rozanski at 76 inches.
Here is Michael C. Williams.
Tonight here in San Diego, the Bellator 300 prelims roll on as we go now to the light heavyweight division. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner. At 6'1", weighing in 204.4 pounds, his professional record 14 wins, 4 losses out of Stuttgart, Poland, Maciej Spartan Rozanski. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'11", weighing in 205.4 pounds, ranked now at number 7. As a professional, he brings 20 victories, 7 defeats, 1 draw from Ashgabat, Turkmenistan. Introducing Dobrojan Yagshimuradov. And your referee, in charge, Frank Trigg.
Dobrojan Yagshimuradov looking for his 3rd consecutive victory. Rozanski looking to bounce back from a unanimous decision loss to Carl Moore at Bellator 291 this past February.
Thank you.
Light heavyweight set to go 3 rounds or less here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego, California. You're watching the prelims. Bellator 300, and Yagshimuradov has been a part of a World Grand Prix. Came in and, right into the deep end, John, against Corey Anderson and Carl Albertson. Lost both fights, but now has bounced back with 2 consecutive wins, including an impressive win over Julius Anglixis at Bellator 292 in March.
Well, that was a great win against Anglixis. And yeah, he came into Bellator and they put him in the deep end of the pool against Corey Anderson right away. But he's a smaller light heavyweight, but he's fast, he's elusive, he's got a ton of spinning attacks, and he's got power with speed.
And he's one of the favorites at that. The Murderers' Row of Talented American Top Team. I mean, we wax poetic about it every show. It bears repeating. They are just that good. And he's a guy who is always keeping everybody happy and light and always there to do whatever it takes, including what he's doing right now.
Exactly. A bunch of guys that are foreigners there just light up the room there, and he's one of them. He's a guy that will help you in any way. He'll be your sparring partner. He'll help you win your game when you got a fight coming up. He's just a good person and a great partner to have in the gym.
Right hand from Rozanski, who has never been finished. He is 14-4, 1-1 in the Bellator MMA cage. Yagshimuradov, he is 2-2 in Bellator, 27-1 overall.
Well, this when Rozanski is either controlling the center of the cage or coming forward, that's when he's best. That's where he made the mistake against Carl Moore. He allowed Carl Moore to control the center of the cage too much.
Yeah, and he just took that right hand. I was going to mention, though, when you talked about it in the tail of the tape, he feels he is going to exploit his reach advantage, use his boxing game, but here's Yagshimuradov connecting with some hard shots.
Yeah, but when a guy understands footwork, he can take that range and that distance and make it work for him.
And that's what Yagshimuradov is doing. Lateral movement left and right, now circling to the right. 2 minutes elapsed here in the first round. Rozanski out of the...
That was a nice, clean overhand right.
It's funny, his nickname is Spartan, and of course, Bellator 300, we'll hear more about that coming up in our open, but a fitting nickname for an event number 300 for Maciej Rozanski, and there's a calf kick by Yagshimuradov. So both of these light heavyweights coming forward, both of them having their moments.
Did you see what he did with his leg? That was a back kick.
Yes, and a heel strike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rozanski having a little bit of trouble with all that movement. Not able to, he wants to set his feet.
Good intentions of going to the body to try to slow down that movement.
You're absolutely right. When you're got a guy that keeps on moving, don't try to hit him to the head. Go to that more big target, stationary target, the body.
2 minutes left here in the first round. Yagshimuradov measuring up. Rozanski moves to his right. Rozanski looking to use that jab as a blinding technique. Oh, and he got rocked with that lead left hook from Yagshimuradov. And yet, oh, there's a spinning.
That's what I'm talking about. Look, he's fast when he wants to be.
And Yagshimuradov needs to get that head off center line before, or excuse me, Rozanski needs to take that half center line before Yagshimuradov takes it off for him.
Yeah, Yagshimuradov is doing a great job with his head movement, putting his head to the side when he's throwing. He is.
Rozanski not so much.
No, he's got, that head is just stationary right down the middle, and that's why you're seeing Yagshimuradov have such success right now.
And he's mixing it up, going to the lead leg with, again, the calf kick, and just picking up those steps, utilizing the real estate of the cage, and the right uppercut by Yagshimuradov to the jaw of Rozanski, who marches forward. Under a minute left in the round.
This is the one place that Yagshimuradov needs to be careful. Don't put your back against the cage.
With 2 shots from Rozanski.
See that nice big black circle in the middle of that cage? That's where you want to be.
1, 2, 3 punch combination from Yagshimuradov. Overhand right lands for Yagshimuradov, and Rozanski following him, not cutting it off, and eats another uppercut from Yagshimuradov.
And look for Yagshimuradov to start looking towards that uppercut. You're looking at Rozanski keeps on dipping that head down, and he's doing it to the right more often than ever. There it goes again, and Yagshimuradov's going to start to read that.
Naked shot by Yagshimuradov does take Rozanski off his feet, but time will run out before Yagshimuradov is able to exploit this advantageous position.
Ale ma dobry ruch. Ciężko ci wyczytać. Ty musisz cały czas napierać. Przez podwójne lewy. Zmieniaj ciosy, nie tylko na górę. Na dół, podbródek, tak samo kurwa na dół, na przód. Okay? Cały czas presja, Marcin. Oddychaj 2 razy przez raz.
How's your Polish these days?
Not very good, but he's telling him to go to the body, which he's right. He's talking about the uppercut, but the uppercut's going to be tough to hit. Take a look at some of this action here, Yagshimuradov, and it's a beautiful lead left hand as he's in the southpaw stance, and then Rozanski comes after him to land that right hand over the top, touches him with the left hook. But overall, when you're taking a look at the shots that were landed, Yagshimuradov really was teeing off. He had a high percentage there of shots that landed. He definitely takes that round.
Thank you.
Yagshimuradov started as a karateka, wanted to start fighting, got into MMA, and now this is his 29th professional fight. Round number 2 against Maciej Rozanski, who is fighting as a professional for the 19th time and just ate that left uppercut. Check left hook from Yagshimuradov. Good counter strike by Rozanski. And Rozanski coming forward much more aggressively.
That's what his corner was basically telling. You can see you're going to have to go after. You can't let him have that freedom of range. But the one thing that I'm seeing from Yagshimuradov,
that was a quick.
He's hurt
with that right hand.
He's hurt.
Yagshimuradov forced to retreat. Rozanski, the boxer, and he gets clipped by a counter strike from Yagshimuradov. High trauma here in the second round. Level change by Yagshimuradov, able to take Rozanski down, and after he tasted the power, the Polish power of Rozanski, he said, let's take it to the canvas, shall we?
I think I'm going to slow this down a little bit, which was smart and very well done by Yagshimuradov.
Somewhere Ivan Putski is smiling. Polish power himself. So let's see Rozanski now with a BJJ black belt, has 9 submission wins, so is comfortable off his back, John. Last submission win came back in 2020 with the Von Flue choke.
Very nice. Nicely done, but You can see he's using an open guard, but he's trying to move his hips. Yagshimuradov just staying centered on him.
He's in the wrong position for a Von Flue now, but
yes, just a little.
If he attacks the neck, maybe Yagshimuradov.
Well, as you're seeing Rosansky trying to take it off center, move his hips, that's a big elbow landed by Yagshimuradov.
And Yagshimuradov wants to posture up and rain down those shots. Look for his 13th finish due to strikes.
See, here's that type of position when you're talking about Yagshimuradov got hurt by Rosansky. But now, Rosansky on his back, he's taking more and more shots, and he's just slowly and systematically allowing Yagshimuradov to take the round over from him. He needs to figure out, if I'm not going to be able to get that submission, let me either go for the reversal or get my butt back to my feet.
Yeah, he told us, too, that loss to Carl Moore, what it taught him, I mean, you have to be ready for anything. It is mixed martial arts, but he felt that he needed to, start thinking a little more cerebrally. And here now, again, facing Yagshimuradov in top position. Rosansky cannot settle, trying to stay active, trying to find a way to reverse sweep or get it back to its feet. And there now it's got the hooks in, butterfly hook.
He's got the butterfly hooks in, but he keeps allowing Yagshimuradov.
Can the elevator go up, though, John?
Yagshimuradov's doing a great job of having heavy hips. Every time you see Rosansky start to try to elevate him, he just allows his hips to get very heavy. Rosansky can't move him. So from what I'm seeing, he's not able to elevate and get that reversal, so he's got to get himself back to his feet.
And the ground and pound has scored for Doublet Yagshimuradov. Rosansky does get to his feet, but continues to eat shots from Yagshimuradov.
But great effort by Rosansky to say, you know what, I got to get out of here. That's exactly what he did.
And Yagshimuradov with a big edge in the striking department at a 56% clip. So tremendous start. And now Rosansky turning the tables, but gets hit with a right and another right as they break apart.
See if Rosansky can start moving. Yagshimuradov back towards that fence. That's where he's had the most success.
Yagshimuradov looking at the clock, hands down, trying to utilize his lateral movement, trying to find a way to land another hard shot. A minute left in the second. Body kick by Rosansky.
Nice, clean body kick by Rosansky that had power on it. It's going to take some starch away from Yagshimuradov.
And Yagshimuradov hasn't been the same since he tasted the power of Rosansky in terms of engaging in the offense. We saw him take him down, but here now he's on the periphery, utilizing lateral motion. There's a kick from Yagshimuradov. Would you agree, John?
You're absolutely right. And I guarantee when he gets back to his corner, Arten Levin, who is a fantastic coach, unbelievable kickboxing legend, he's going to start to get on and say, hey, I don't care how much you're moving. I need you to throw, and I need you to be offensive.
Well, Rosansky said his boxing would prove to be advantageous, has had moments of success here in round two. As we go to the third and final round of this duel at light heavyweight. Yagshimuradov from Turkmenistan. Rosansky from Poland. All corners of the globe represented tonight, John, at Bellator 300 as we celebrate this historic night here at Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California.
Yeah, it's amazing when you get to 300 shows. All the work and effort of everybody involved, the fighters, how many fights, all those things. It's an incredible accomplishment.
From April 2009 to this October 7, 2023. So much great action to come your way here tonight as we get set for the third and a final round between double it. Yakshimuradov with the red tape around those commemorative golden gloves, and Maciej Rozanski with the blue tape around his gloves, and they start throwing their gloves.
That's what you need to see Yakshimuradov do. He needs to start opening up with those combinations that got him, were so successful for him in the first round.
How do you have it here going into the final round, John, on your unofficial scorecard?
I have Rozanski needs to do something special in this round. I have Yakshimuradov up 2 rounds to 0.
Rozanski keeping his attack boxing-centric. The textbook 1-2 needs to move his head off the center line as he ate the 1-2 from Yakshimuradov.
See, but he doesn't take it off the center line. He just kind of brings his traps up, brings his neck in, and just like absorbs the shot. And it's great, but you're getting hit.
That's one form of defense, I guess. Oh, wow. Both of them delivering with bad intentions. Yakshimuradov both going for the level change. Yakshimuradov snatches the single, has Rozanski against the fence, looking for the high crotch, looking to take Rozanski for a ride. Plants him face first now into the open guard of Rozanski.
That was a great job by Yakshimuradov because Rozanski did grab the cage and the pad in trying to stop it.
Yakshimuradov 3 of 5 in the takedown department. Has scored a takedown in each round of this fight.
Yeah, he did get a takedown right at the end of the first round.
Yep.
Almost forgot about that. See,
I've forgotten more than I'll ever know, so don't worry about it.
But in this position, you got to go back to that second round and what Yakshimuradov was able to do. If you're Rozanski, you know, I've just got to get myself back.
We discussed this earlier, John. He's got the half butterfly hook in, but earlier in the second round, he was unable to elevate Yakshimuradov, and now Yakshimuradov back to a vertical base, and Rozanski in the butt scoop position here. Little old school scene in the MMA cage.
You'd always be careful of putting your head in front of your hips. Keep your hips in front of your head, you'll be safe.
Attempt by Yakshimuradov, but Rozanski maintains. Past the midpoint of the final round. Yakshimuradov trying to get full mount, but again, up against the fence, running out of real estate, has Rozanski pinned, feeds him a right hand to the face. Rozanski now looking to swivel, and now he has Yakshimuradov against the fence, delivers an up kick.
He does, but you can see Yakshimuradov just basically putting himself back into the guard, comfortable there. Rozanski not really coming up with much as far as any type of submission attempts. He tried to change the angles, get a little bit of a position on Yakshimuradov. He's never been able to hold it.
Rozanski has never been finished.
There he goes again, trying to see him trying to change that angle. Yakshimuradov squares right back up.
Rozanski representing Berserker's team in Poland. Had the huge reach advantage, but on his back here with just over a minute left in the final round.
Big elbow. These elbow shots that Yakshimuradov is landing, they're clean and they're hard.
Under a minute left in the fight. Rozanski being maneuvered to the cage in no position. He wants to try to wall walk up to his feet, but Yakshimuradov will try to keep the pressure on him from top position.
Yakshimuradov doing a great job of taking away that posting hand. That's why he remained where he was at.
Getting a little restless, but Yakshimuradov, smothering Rozanski, grinding away. Wants to secure his third consecutive win while sending Rozanski to his first two-fight losing streak. And with time now ticking away, Yakshimuradov looking to deliver some ground and pound as Rozanski's been cut up. So, Yagshimuradov blooding up Rosansky in that final round, and he believes he's done enough to make it 3 in a row. You do too, Big John.
I do. That was a big shot right at the end. That elbow just opened up.
This is Sparta for the Spartan, Andrzej Rosansky.
Yeah, here goes Rosansky, throws the big right hand and lands clean. A little bit off of the shoulder, but it was the takedowns of Yagshimuradov that really changed this fight. Rosansky had him hurt, picks him up. Rosansky tries to cheat a little bit, grab the cage. Yagshimuradov says, I don't care, I'm going to put you where I want you. And from that point, really just dominated, and here comes the big elbows. And that elbow strike right there opened him up with a big slicing cut on that forehead. Very nice performance by Yagshimuradov.
Seen some nasty gashes.
Oh, that looks good.
Johnny Eblen had a nice one, and man, you know, Joe Rogan may have said it best when we saw Marvin Eastman get sliced up by was it Vitor Belfort back in the day. I won't repeat that, but my goodness, these are nasty. And again, let's give credit to those cutmen, the unsung heroes that, you know, as Jacob Duran said, Stitch Duran saying, you know, you want to give them that one more round. And
the cutmen throughout MMA have become so good and do such a great job of keeping guys in fights that they possibly would be stopped based upon.
Was it Forrest Griffin, Mauricio Shogun Hua, where he did that with Forrest Griffin with the cut that he had back in the day as well, the stitched up. And here we go. Well, let's not take away from what we're watching right now. I know we're feeling nostalgic, but let's get the official decision with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your 3 judges. Your first, Derek Cleary, scores it 30-27, while judges Wade Vieira and Hadi Muhammad Ali sees it the same, 29-28. All 3 have it for the winner by unanimous decision. Yagshimuradov.
Make it 3 in a row for doublet Yagshimuradov as he defeats Maciej Rosansky. Rosansky has lost 2 in a row for the first time in his career, but Yagshimuradov improving to 21-7-1 and moving over the 500 mark inside the Bellator MMA cage. He's now 3-2. And he celebrates with his team from American Top Team. There to his right is Artem Levin. We talked about, hey, finally earning their keep tonight. Let's say hello to Amanda Guerra and Josh Thompson at the fight desk.
Mauro, it is so nice to talk to you. It is nice to see. You know, the thing is, Mauro, it was Josh. You needed all this time to get ready. You listened to me for the first time ever and actually wore what I told you to wear. You kind of look like a prom king right now.
Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Got a nice little mic flag for Bellator 300.
Everything matches.
You look good, my friend.
Thanks to you, everything matches.
Yeah,
for once.
For once.
For once.
For once. We made it to Bellator 300. Look, this is a historic night. We started off as a fighter, turned analyst. I love being up here with you all the time. Taking a look at Bellator through the years, 14 years. We have watched this promotion grow. Look, some of the info here. 55 champions across 10 divisions, 55 countries represented, which I think is just truly incredible. We've been to 94 different cities. Sometimes it does feel like that. I mean, what has it been like for you to watch this promotion and the champions it's turned out?
Well, for all the places and locations we've been with the venue or with Bellator, it's been amazing. But what I've loved to see the most so is just the progression of the fighters, the progress in which they've grown. Not just the fighters that I fought in the same cage with, or fighters that I've seen come up when I was younger and when I was still fighting, but what I've seen also too is just how much better they have gotten, how much more they've elevated themselves to really elevate this promotion. And I love that about it. Scott Coker's done a great job of building the talent here.
We have 3 title fights coming up tonight on our main card, and you talk about all the champions that we're going to see. I want to highlight one in particular, Usman Nurmagomedov, 17-0. Of course, that last name carries a lot of weight with it. He is undefeated still at 25 years old. How incredible is this guy?
It's miraculous. I got to be honest. I mean, like, It's just, it happens though with this family. You want to know why? Because they work hard. They understand exactly what their goals are. They don't let outside distractions. If you want to be a champion, okay, this is your choice. No one else's choice. You made the decision, and they let that resonate through their family, and I love it.
We're going to see all of that coming up tonight on our main card, but I hear the music, and that means it is time to send it back tomorrow.
Thank you very much, AG, as we get set for action in the heavyweight division. Number 9 ranked Davion Franklin takes on Slim Trabelsi, who makes his Bellator debut with a perfect record of 5-0.
5-0, outstanding wrestler, 233 pounds, the hybrid style of heavyweight, going against a massive Davion Franklin, who's not 265. He weighed in at 265, right now about 280.
With the official introductions here once again is MCW.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight here at Bellator 300 Prelims, we'll go now to the heavyweight division, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner, at 6'1", weighing in 233.8 pounds. In his Bellator debut, he stands undefeated at 5-0 from Tunis, Tunisia, presenting Slim Trabelsi. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner at 6'3", weighing in 265 pounds even in the rankings at number 9. He enters with 6 professional victories, just 1 loss. From Chicago, Illinois, he fights out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, all day, Davion Franklin. In charge of the action, your referee, Blake Grice.
All day, Davion Franklin bounced back from his first loss with a win over Casamaris at Bellator 295 in April of this year. Slim Trabelsi comes into Bellator 5-0 with 3 wins via form of knockout. Bell and round one, and immediately all day Davion Franklin taken to the air, looking to get a highlight reel knee KO off the start, and he lights up Trabelsi with a 1-2. Trabelsi, who qualified for the 2016 Olympic Games in wrestling, gets denied by Franklin immediately.
Well, Trabelsi's going to find out right away. First off, Davion Franklin, very fast for a big man, very strong, got power in his hands. He's going to have to try to work to get him to the ground. Just what he's doing right here, not going to be easy. Great work by Davion Franklin, keeping himself where he wants the fight to be, putting Trabelsi in a position where he's like, oh, that didn't work, but he's just got to go back to doing it again.
Franklin played college football, wrestled in college, and utilizing that takedown defense against the Olympic caliber Slim Trabelsi. Trabelsi at 30, looking for that front kick to the face, looking to do what Levon Chokoli did against Sabaho Masi in Dublin to kick off our main card with one of the highlight of the years in terms of knockouts, John. But when the heavyweights do it, for some reason, it resonates even more, right?
It does. Look, there goes Trabelsi.
Trabelsi and his wrestling.
And this is where, look, his wrestling is outstanding. And when he gets in the top position, he just rides on his opponent. He does great ground and pound. So we're going to see if Davion Franklin can get himself out of this without taking any damage.
Despite Franklin being ranked at number 9, Trabelsi came in as the slight betting favorite and is known for his ground and pound techniques, John.
I'm telling you, I've watched this man in all of his fights. He is outstanding when he gets to this position, how he controls his opponent and just delivers big, heavy shots that just start to put them in a position they can take no more. Remember, right now, Davion Franklin is the much bigger man, but he's got to figure out a way to get back to his feet here and not take these shots, which are going to start to add up.
Franklin fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico with Jackson Wink MMA. Already a busy night for that gym. Knee to the gluteus maximus of Franklin by Slim Trabelsi.
Franklin doing a great job with his right hand of holding the left wrist of Trabelsi, and Trabelsi's trying to say that he's holding the glove. No, he's holding the whole hand. He just has a big, strong hand. He's able to do it.
Those Kevin the Monster Randleman type knee strikes from long distance, and May that legend rest in power. Franklin fighting out of the Englewood area of Chicago, where he grew up. A lot of rappers from that area, including Chief Keef, who appears on Drake's new offering for all the dogs. And, well, Trabelsi and Franklin, they not above making it a dogfight here in the heavyweight division.
Nice job by Davion Franklin.
Looking to create some separation.
Trabelsi stays right with
drop, but no, Trabelsi stays on top drop.
Beautiful inside trip.
Referee calling for a break.
Hurt his knee.
Oh, man.
Hurt his knee.
Trabelsi overcome with emotion. Unfortunately, all day, Davion Franklin has suffered an injury, and it will go down as a victory for Slim Trabelsi.
TKO victory.
Round, a TKO win in his Bellator MMA debut. He obviously, look what it means to him, but as we know, John, you would rather have a more emphatic and clean finish than what just happened, but this is what...
This is clean.
This is fighting.
He did nothing wrong.
Nothing
fighting. You see, watch this beautiful inside trip on that leg, but it's actually the other leg that was the problem.
Happening.
Great work by Trabelsi to get him back to the ground. He just hurt his knee.
Let's listen to the referee and Franklin, see what they're saying to each other.
I gave you a second. Did you? My leg, and you held your knee. It's a verbal submission all day. It is. You yelled out my leg, Yes.
Trabelsi again showing the emotion of picking up his first win inside the Bellator MMA cage. A referee letting Franklin know what's going on.
Well, I think what occurred is
a tap out.
Went to the ground. He verbally, well, he did tap.
But that doesn't go down in the records as a submission, even though he tapped as a TKO.
No, it's going to be a TKO. So, he tapped out. There was no submission. Yeah, there was no submission. Please don't do that. But, you know, there's a lot going on both ways. You see Trabelsi with all of that.
And, of course, for Davion Franklin, he is obviously just disheartened by what's transpired.
Things happen, you know, but Trabelsi's got a lot of emotion going. He's gone through a lot. He was picked up by, you know, organizations, let go because of contracts and stuff. And this fight meant a ton to him.
And he picks up the win, improving to 6-0 with his fourth finish. You have to feel for all-day Davion Franklin, who now is 6-2.
And right now, Davion Franklin's in that position. He doesn't even remember saying anything.
And we saw him tap.
Yeah, and you saw it. It just
you're right.
You know, he got hurt.
Let's look at it again, John.
Let's take a look at what happens off of this. Is a nice job. Davion almost gets himself out. Trabelsi stays with this takedown, works himself up, controls that arm. Look at that beautiful inside trip. And when he goes down, take a look at, see that right there? That's a tap.
That's a tap.
I don't care what you want to say. And that's not verbal. That was a physical tap.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like I saw him actually tap out.
Blake Rice also said that he verbally submitted, so it happened.
All right, let's make it official with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the verbal tap brings on the technical submission. It stops officially 3 minutes, 9 seconds into round number 1 for the winner, Slim Trabelsi.
I'll let you handle it, John.
Well, there's no submission there because he wasn't submitted. It was, he tapped based upon, he got hurt. It's a TKO, but whatever they want to say.
It's Bellator 300, and it is Amanda Guerra, and what a good start for Slim Trabelsi. Takes the win. He's a perfect 6-0, Amanda, and he was overcome with emotion. That's what it means to pick up a win in the Bellator cage.
Absolutely, and more, I gotta say, I love those gold gloves that the fighters get to wear tonight. Taking a look at our main card, coming up tonight, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Showtime, a night of champions, 3 title fights, and one we want to highlight. The first fight you're gonna see tonight, our champion Liz Carmouche in the Flyweight division, going up against a former champ, and Alimale McFarland. These two very good friends, but for Alimale McFarland, much more has been going on in her life. As many of you know, in early August, the devastating fires on the island of Maui impacted and displaced thousands of local families. close to 100 people died watching the traumatic footage unfold in her home state. Ilima-Lei Macfarlane took action immediately within days. She set a fundraising goal. She hosted it on Instagram. She had a goal of $1 million. Within days, she had raised much more than that. It is now sitting at close to $2.7 million. Ilima-Lei is preparing for her fight tonight as she's facing off against her good friend in Liz Carmouche. If you would like to help the people of Maui and donate to Ilima-Lei Macfarlane's fund, and this is going to go directly to those people, you can click that, scan the QR code right there in donate. Maura will send it back down to you.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. Incredible what has transpired and what Ilima-Lei Macfarlane has done for her community, but unfortunately missing weight won't be able to vie for the flyweight title. But we continue now with a much anticipated matchup in the featherweight division. Number 9 ranked Henry Corrales collides with Kai Kamaka III.
I am looking forward to this match. 37 years of age, and Henry Corrales has been there against the very best, against the very young and powerful 28-year-old Kai Kamaka III.
Here once again is Michael C. Williams.
For all those joining us tonight live across the UK on BBC iPlayer, we welcome you here to Southern California for Bellator 300, where the prelims now go to 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing the blue corner, at 5'7", weighing in 145.6 pounds. His professional record, 11 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. From Kapolei, Hawaii, he fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, the fighting Hawaiian, Kai Kamaka. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner, at 5'8", weighing in 146 pounds even, the 15-time Bellator veteran, now ranked at number 9, enters with 21 professional victories, 6 defeats. From La Mirada, California, he's fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Henry Corrales. In charge, referee Jonathan Romero.
Action in the Bellator MMA featherweight division. Henry Corrales seeks his 4th consecutive win. Kai Kamaka III seeks his 3rd straight victory. Something's gotta give at 145.
All right, gentlemen, here we go, round 1. Are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
And on this historic night for Bellator MMA, want to give a shout out to the reigning featherweight champion. Oh, immediately Corrales chops down the lead leg of Kai Kamaka III, but Patricio Pitbull, the featherweight champion at home recovering from cervical spine surgery. He has meant so much to this organization. Speedy recovery, champ, as Corrales off to a good start.
Really nice start. That low calf kick landed twice. That will do excessive damage. And look at, you already see Kai Kamaka switching his stance into southpaw.
Corrales has never been knocked out. Kamaka has never been submitted.
We've seen Henry Corrales in with some incredible.
From the get-go, remember the first 2 of his first 3 Bellator fights against former champs Daniel Strauss and, of course, current reigning champ Patricio Pitbull, and then the 3rd fight against perennial contender Emmanuel Sanchez.
And Sanchez hit him with a knee that knocked 5 of his teeth out. Wow. And still fought all the way through that entire match. And the guy is as tough as they come.
Kamaka goes for the body kick, partially then caught by Corrales, knocking Kamaka down before Kamaka gets back to his feet. Kamaka, whose Las Vegas-based head coach is Eric Nixick. A lot of success, of course. Sean Strickland these days. Henry OK Corrales fighting out of the Fight Ready camp, Henry Cejudo's gym in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Kai Kamaka also has Jeremy Kennedy in his corner, one of the top-ranked featherweights in the world.
He holds a win over Aaron Pico via injury, but Henry Corrales owns a big win over Aaron Pico. And Pico is on a rampage right now. As we go back to see what just transpired here, John.
Take a look at what happens. He reaches out, And his hand just reaches up, kind of catches Kai in the eye with a finger.
Next startup company developing better MMA gloves, so we avoid that, or can it ever be solved, John, do you think?
You know, you're always going to have a bit of an issue, but it really needs to come down to, I think you're going to end up having, we tried to change the rules about, hey, got to keep your hands, you know, closed or fingers up. I think it's time to get rid of the fingers up. Keep your hands closed.
High kick, and there's a kick by Kamaka, again caught by Corrales. Corrales taking the back of Kamaka. Kamaka back on his feet, and southpaw stance going back and forth. Unloads the right and the left. A good counter right hand from Corrales.
These guys are slinging at him, and they're going after it. There's a lot of speed involved. Nice jab by Kai Kamaka.
Nice weaving, bob and weave there by Kamaka after he threw the combination. Just over 2 minutes left here in the first round. Corrales almost using that right hand as a decoy to level change. Thought the better of it. Kamaka unloading the combination at range.
Henry Corrales keeps on touching that calf. It's going to pay dividends. It's going to slow the movement of Kai Kamaka down, and that's exactly what Henry needs. He needs to have a guy who's going to be stationary in front of him. That's going to help him.
Counter right hand scored for Kamaka when Corrales attacked his lead leg with a kick, and wide left hand by Corrales. Double jab right crossed by Kamaka, and he's switching back and forth from orthodox to southpaw.
And he needs to do that. He needs to do that based upon how much that left leg is starting to get eaten up. And let's just be honest, Kai Kamaka is the faster fighter. He's got the fast hands
on the inside,
and his feet move better. Henry's more of a plodding style. Kai Kamaka can be up, bouncing on his toes at times. He needs to be in and out.
Veteran Henry Corrales in his 16th Bellator MMA bout. At 37, Kamaka 28. This is his 7th fight under the Bellator MMA banner. There was the tie plum knee on the exit by Kamaka. Corrales, though, putting on the pressure. Stalking, Kamaka goes to the body with a left hook. The exchange on the inside.
Nice work by Henry Corrales. That's what Henry has to do. A little bit grimy on this. Nice overhand right. Just missed.
Blood around the right eye of Corrales.
Hey, the only thing I want to see, you're being in the punch, you're in the calf kick, you're doing everything. You're backing up, so then when you...
So I like to go with.
You mentioned the speed advantage for Kamaka. He told us that would be a department he wanted to exploit, but Corrales, who is, again, riding a wave of momentum here late in his career, wanting to keep it going, but Kamaka feels his youth and his constant evolution would be the biggest advantages, and will try to continue that. How did you see the first 5 minutes on your unofficial scorecard?
Unofficially, I give the first round to Henry Corrales. I thought he landed the heavier shots. He hurt that front leg, and he was the guy that was controlling more of it. It was close, but I give it to Henry Corrales.
And you know, the more you age, the more experience, the riskier it gets to turn, you know, these things into a frenetic fight. But for Corrales, that's how he did beat Aaron Pico, was to turn it into a striking affair. And when you look back at his career, John, isn't that when Corrales is at his best?
Oh, you know, you take a look at what happened. He got hurt. Aaron Pico hurt him bad, and he just bit down. And as Aaron Pico came in to finish it, he landed a big shot that put Aaron Pico out.
Oh, and
that's what he can do. He's got that kind of power.
Attacking the back of Corrales again, utilizing that speed, but Corrales on his feet and avoids the left hook.
Great work by Henry Corrales. Nice job by Kai Kamaka to go for that takedown.
Oh, there's a good low kick to the right leg by Corrales.
That low calf kick, that is smart work by Henry Corrales.
Body kick by Kamaka.
And notice that when Henry Corrales is landing that kick, he's using his hands to keep Kai Kamaka busy and then goes after the low calf kick. He doesn't just go after the kick.
You know, when Sanchez first started 6-0, 6 submissions, was known as a ground fighter, and then Eddie Cha and he have really made him a complete mixed martial artist, and has obviously done well in the stand-up with 7 knockout victories. His last win via knockout was against the aforementioned Aaron Pico, but that was back at Bellator 214 in January of 2019.
This is a while ago.
Jab from Kamaka, but single shot, a pot shot. Double jab from Corrales, doesn't follow up with the right.
Right now, look, Kai Kamaka is waiting. He's waiting too much. He's got to get off. He's got to start throwing his hands, throw the kicks, and make Henry Corrales have to deal with the speed. If you're not throwing stuff, it doesn't matter how fast you are.
Again, Corrales goes downstairs and just misses with that windmill right hand. Bad intentions by Corrales. Kamaka, quick jab. There's a high kick by Corrales. A lot of single shots, John. Combinations unable to be put together here between the veteran Corrales and the rising Kai Kamaka III. Again, both coming in with momentum, both on winning streaks, both wanting to continue their rise in the Bellator Featherweight rankings. Double jab by Corrales, puts together a right hand behind it, blood on the nose of Corrales. .90 seconds left in the round. And again, that mental battle being waged as well. The feinting, the mental chess, and Corrales coming forward.
Both guys trying to set traps.
Yes.
No one's falling for him. And it's one of those, they're both being careful because they both realize, oh, this guy's dangerous.
Yes. Out of their 32 wins, you know, almost half have been via finish. Under a minute left here in the middle frame. Corrales misses with the right hand. Kamaka ducking underneath nicely and countering to the body. 45 seconds left in the round.
And again, the only thing I want to see out of Kai Kamaka, he's got to up the ante, up the volume, start to be a little more offensive. Nice right hand by Corrales.
Cuffing right hand by Corrales, backing Kamaka up as they collide again as they exchange. Less than half a minute remaining. Kamaka on the front foot. Closely contested fight.
And Kamaka should go to that jab.
In the Bellator Featherweight division. The final 5 minutes is upon us. Corrales going to the body with the lead left hook. High kick just grazing the face of Kai Kamaka III. And the third is straight ahead.
just got to believe it. The fight. You have to believe it. Fight.
Right there. Hey, last round, let's go put it on.
Open up, touch the body a little bit this round too. Get his hands dropping a little bit in his body.
He's going to try to wrestle. Stop that shot and make him pay. Nice deep breath.
Someone's winning streak is about to come to an end. Corrales camp thinks that Kamaka's going to try to wrestle in the final round. Eric Nixick wants Kamaka, like you said, John, to amp up the volume, pump up the volume, as Mars said back in the day, pump up the volume. Got to celebrate the one-hit wonders, and hey, we could see a one-hitter quitter the way these two have been throwing at each other. We'll wait and see what the last round brings us, but
both guys need to go after it thinking, I need to win this round.
And they appear to do just that as they meet in the center of the cage. Again, Kamaka going back and forth. Orthodox to southpaw. Corrales throwing a combination. Follows a jab up with a right cross that just missed.
Inside shot by Kamaka. Henry Corrales really going after him, trying to throw heavy shots.
Landing uppercuts on the inside. Finder jab for Kamaka, attacks the lead leg.
Well, near the end of the second round, he started really utilizing that jab, and I think he needs to go back to it. It keeps Henry Corrales just a little bit off. Makes him a little hesitant to come in. It's fast. Go back to it.
There's a whipping calf kick by Kamaka, and Corrales comes back with one of his own. Loads up with the right hand. Stiff jab from Corrales.
That was a stiff jab. That was very, very well thrown. Nice and straight.
Again, the inside low kick by Kamaka. Corrales checks some of them, not all of them. And there's a right uppercut by Corrales as Kamaka comes in. And thus far, we haven't seen Kamaka attempt the takedown like Corrales camp thought he would here in the final round. Kamaka 0 for 1 in the takedown department. Corrales 1 for 1. That was back in round 1.
This is one of those fights where both guys are going to go back and watch it, and the one who loses is going to say, I can't believe I lost that.
How do you have it, by the way, with 3?
I had it even.
After 2 rounds?
I had it even. I said both guys need to win this round. And both of them need to really step it up and say, hey, I've got to go for it. I know they don't want to make a mistake. I know that, there's a lot riding here, but you've got to make the judges understand I won this round.
Now they are turning it into a street fight momentarily there. Corrales has had his fair share in his past, but delivers a nice right hand on the inside.
And if it gets to that street fight, type of scenario, Henry Corrales is the guy who's going to win it. If it gets into technique and just being fast and sharp, it's going to be Kai Kamaka.
I wonder what the fans here in San Diego would appreciate. I think both.
They always want that.
Oh, wait a minute. Judging by this reaction, a little booze, maybe they want that street fight. Hey, we're in the home of the San Diego Gulls, turning it into a hockey fight. Now, like you say, John, so much at stake, and it is about maintaining your position, improving your position, but you also want to continue to grow as a fighter and come up with those highlights as Corrales looking to pick up the mouthpiece. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, you do. And he's lucky that referee Jonathan Romero stepped in there for him, because if Kai Kamaka's going after him, you should let him
defend yourself at all times.
That's right.
Victor Cruz doing that against Mr. Ford. Minute and a half left here. We got it going on.
I think that was my friend Victor Ortiz.
Yes.
You were absolutely right. He did
Victor Ortiz. Yes. It's hilarious. Well, maybe I was trying to protect him by calling.
You were, and I appreciate it. Victor's a good guy, though.
Actually, visit with the Mayweather for the Canelo Jamal Charlo fight last week, and you'll be seeing a replay of that main event coming up on Showtime tonight as well. Under a minute left in this fight.
Really a close fight. These guys, they both landed good shots. Kai Kamaka maybe a little bit more with the power. He's done a little bit more damage to Corrales. Corrales has got damage on the leg. That really doesn't show so much, you know, right now that we're seeing, but you're going to see Kai Kamaka not walking well tomorrow.
And with just over 30 seconds left, Kai Kamaka utilizing that speed, avoiding Corrales for the most part, and Corrales needs to bite down on that gum shield, and he's coming forward. Time ticking away. Hotly contested fight at featherweight. Someone's winning streak is coming to an end. Corrales now stalking Kamaka, unloading, trying to turn this into a dogfight.
There you go.
Throwing the heavy leather. The crowd coming to life.
Nice.
That's how you close the show, and Henry Corrales and Kai Kamaka III go all 3 rounds, and if you're in the Corrales camp, you might have wanted to see that a little bit sooner.
A little bit earlier, but that's what I was talking about with Henry Corrales. You got to make this a street fight. You got to make it a little grimy, a little dirty, and when he does that, he gets the best of a technician and a fast guy like Kai Kamaka. Take a look here. Nice kick up the middle by Kamaka. And Henry starts to open up. Body and head, winging shots, but this is his style of fight. Kai Kamaka is more that technical guy, quick, fast, sharp, accurate. But right at the end, I loved what I saw out of Henry Corrales.
Was it enough?
See, I think it might steal that round. I think you might see Henry Corrales getting a win based upon what he did in the last 15 to 20 seconds.
Doing it for all the dogs in that final sequence. Henry, Corrales, and Kai Kamaka III go the distance. Kai Kamaka, father of 4. Henry Corrales has a fiance. Both of them doing it for their families, themselves, and of course, looking to secure their legacies and create. And we talked about what Corrales has. He's a mainstay in the Bellator featherweight division, and this is 16th fight as they go over what just transpired.
Well, if there's one thing you know when you're fighting Henry Corrales, you're going to be in a fight.
Yeah.
That's who he is. And Kai Kamaka is going to learn whichever way this goes. He's going to say, you know what? Man, I went against a guy just tough. Everything I threw at him, he just kept coming back at me, and I stayed with it. Or he's going to look and say, you know what? I learned a lesson.
Yeah, Kamaka told us that, you know, he feels he's lost some weird decisions in the past. I don't know if this will be a weird decision. It's a close fight. It's, you know, you see it maybe going to Corrales because of what just happened in the final few moments of the fight.
I thought that Kamaka was actually winning the round just by a touch. I thought he was being
the numbers
and then
back Corrales up a bit, but yeah, again,
those last shots.
Well, let's find out. Michael C. Williams has the name of the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go now to your 3 judges at cage side, where your first, Ron McCarthy, scores the fight 29-28. He sees the fight for Kamaka. Your second judge, Derek Cleary, 29-28. He sees it for Corrales. Your third and final judge at cage side, Elliot Kelly, 30-27. Seeing it for the winner by split decision, the Fighting Hawaiian,
Win for Kai Kamaka III, and I have fight fans texting me as well, John, and it's funny, they were split, and you had it for Corrales, but do you take umbrage with this decision?
No, not at all. And I said, this is one that they're both going to look back on and go, oh man, I could have done more.
Yeah,
you know,
but a huge win for Kai Kamaka III, who has now won 3 in a row, and that snaps the 3-fight winning streak for Henry Corrales as Eric Nixick continues to find success with his Extreme Couture faithful. Kai Kamaka III improves to 12-5-1, 6-1 in Bellator. Let's go back to the fight desk. Here's Amanda Guerra.
Hello, Mauro Ranallo, Big John. 3 in a row for Kai, and we have 3 incredible title fights coming up tonight. One of them, the continuation of the lightweight World Grand Prix. Joshua, you won 2 belts in the lightweight division.
Joshua, that's what I get now?
That's your Mr. Joshua. We decided if you went back in time, you would change your nickname to Mr. Joshua, not the Punk, which you are still kind of a punk, though. The fight we're getting tonight, Usman Nurmagomedov going up against Brent Primus here. Usman Nurmagomedov, 25 years old. He is 17-0. Brent Primus, former champion. He's 38. We got to talk to Usman this week. He's getting a little cocky, Josh. He said, I'm going to make Brent Primus look old and slow. You've trained with Usman. Is he going to be able to do that tonight?
I've trained with Islam, Habib, Usman.
And what did they tell you? What did they tell you?
Brother, you old like my father. Brother, you old like father. Look, he's talented. He's got all the skills on the feet, dynamic, explosive, understands range, understands distance, all of those things, and physically strong, athleticism through the roof. He has the potential to do it all. The question mark kick that he landed on Benson Henderson, jumped right to the back, rear naked choke. Benson Henderson's one of the hardest guys to finish in the sport of MMA, and he made it look easy. But with Brent Primus is one of those guys. He made it shown in his last fight, the grittiness, the toughness that he has within him to pull it out from inside of him. The griminess that he used, the elbows, the knees, all of those things were fantastic. But when this fight hits the ground, which I think he's got the advantage against Usman Nurmagomedov, if he can get to the top position on the ground, get to the back, he is a finisher, someone that knows how to use his world-class jiu-jitsu to finish fights.
Big John told Brent Primus this week that he is coming off the best fight of his career. We'll see if he can roll that into his title fight tonight. John, we'll send it back to you and Mauro.
Thank you, Amanda. And we continue, actually, with a fight in the lightweight division. Speaking of 155, we have Sergio Cosio making his Bellator debut. Plenty of experience against the undefeated Jesse Roberts, who's 1-0 in the Bellator MMA cage.
He is, and that was a big win that he got. 25-8-1 is just showing a ton more experience. Is at 6-0, Jesse Roberts able to get it done.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Tonight here at Bellator 300, we'll move right now to the lightweight division, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner, at 5'9", weighing in 155.8 pounds. His professional record undefeated, 6 wins, no losses. By way of Montgomery, he fights out of Alexandria, Louisiana, Jesse Roberts. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in 156 pounds even. Tonight, in his Bellator debut, the veteran brings 25 victories, 8 losses, 1 draw from Durango, Mexico, presenting Sergio Cosio. In charge of the action, your referee, Frank Trigg.
Sergio Cosio looking to extend his blistering run of recent success, 7-fight win streak that has seen him amass 6 finishes along the way. Jesse Roberts returning to Bellator for the first time since he beat AJ Agazarm, the jiu-jitsu star, in their respective pro debuts at Bellator 214 in January of 2019. Roberts now 6-0.
Roberts is a very good technical fighter, good, clean stand-up. He throws straight shots. He's got an unbelievable ground game. Cosio, you're going to see, he is aggressive. He's a brawler. On the ground, he's got skill. I don't know if he wants to be on the ground with Jesse Roberts.
Yeah, we were talking about this fight, John. You mentioned that for Cosio, it's really all about that brawling style in the stand-up. Loves to bring that Mexican machismo to the cage.
Mexican heat.
Level change by Roberts, takes the single and puts Cosio on the canvas.
This is where Jesse Roberts is just outstanding. He's got great base, great ability to move from one position to the next.
Yeah.
And he does good ground and pound work.
Solid ground game, especially from the top position, John, yes, as you mentioned, and looking to go to work here. He has 2 submission wins, both of them via rear naked choke, but now working from top position.
Very nice with the shoulder pressure. You see him holding.
Oh, what's that lead to?
He's got.
We talked about it.
And being in half guard right now, he's in a beautiful position just to start to control the fight. He's a beautiful move right to mount. Look at that, Morrow. That was just so cleanly done.
Smooth.
Now he can open up whenever he wants, start to posture, bring heavy shots down. Because he has got to get himself out of this position.
Out of Montgomery, Louisiana is Jesse Roberts, representing Global Fitness Center with trainer Alan Gray. While Cosio, he fights out of Extreme Couture and has trained with Mads Burnell in the past. Mads Burnell coming off a huge win over the retiring Daniel Weichel. Too bad he ruined the moment on that interview with you, John.
Oh, looking for the arm triangle here.
Another arm
and he's
triangle.
off to the side. That is not good for Cosio.
We saw Josh Hogan earlier tonight in his professional debut.
He's in trouble.
And now Jesse Roberts looking for his first arm triangle choke submission. Cosio in trouble.
Beautiful work right here. He is working to get out of this. Nice job by Cosio.
Oh, big escape, and this knowledgeable and passionate
Here
crowd.
comes the rear naked choke.
But here comes Roberts with his patented RNC. Cosio has been submitted on 2 different occasions. First time was via rear naked choke. The last time, though, was way back in 2017 via guillotine choke, and he's in trouble here against Jesse Roberts.
Jesse bringing both arms across, trying to figure out which one he wants to start to sink that choke in with. Cosio working to get out.
Roberts making his pro debut here in Bellator back in 2019 as Real Dom. 5 wins since, and that's, well, Cosio's resilient.
Well, and he was trying to get the leg free while allowing himself to get choked. You look and go, you can only do that so long.
Jesse Roberts moves back to top position. So Cosio defending the submission attempts.
Doing a great job in defending and putting up with a lot of discomfort, showing how tough he can be.
Forced to expend a lot of energy in order to defend, but doing a good job of defending here against Jesse Roberts. Under a minute left in the round.
Steps right over, right in the back. It's got the hook again. Beautiful work by Jesse Roberts.
It's Cosio's 35th professional fight, and you see that experience because it is beautiful work from Jesse Roberts. But, Matt, credit to Cosio for getting out of these submission attempts by Roberts, yet in still a lot of trouble here with 20 seconds left in the round. And there's Cosio delivering some strikes from the bottom. Of course, doesn't have the leverage you would from top position. But he escapes the round, does Sergio Cosio, after dealing with the ground capability of Jesse Roberts. Good round.
And he was just there at being submitted with that arm triangle.
Big breaths, up and down. Up and down. On my shoulders. On my shoulders. Hands on my shoulders. Big breaths. Bring it. Big exhales. Big exhales. Everything's good. I don't want you straining in these scrambles. Relax and just play the game, right? You look good everywhere. You just got to run it. Cool. Right, the pressure's on him. It's a big round for you. Easy got that round, okay? But what you think?
This round started really when you saw Jesse Roberts get this takedown and just continually put pressure on Cosio. And this one right here, this was close. He really was in trouble. You can take a look at his face. There's a ton of pressure, and he just guts his way through it. Right here is when he has got problems. But he's able to get himself towards his side, and that's what saves him in that submission attempt. Big round for Jesse Roberts.
Jesse Roberts, the blue tape on the gold gloves. Sergio Cosio making his Bellator debut with a red tape around his gold gloves, and he comes forward looking to land the body kick. Now setting up Roberts. Roberts with a counter left. Lands on the face of Cosio, and if he has his druthers, Roberts, you know, would like to take it back to the canvas where he's 1 for 1 and almost finished the fight in the first round.
He almost finished that fight. That was very close. They almost had the rear naked choke, but it wasn't as close as that arm triangle. But the real question is, can he get Cosio down in the same position and start doing the same work? Now he's there.
2 for 2 in the takedown department for Jesse Roberts. Received some great instruction from Alan Gray, his chief second there from Global Fitness Center, while Cosio was getting instructions from his trainer, Cesar Palomera Jimenez. Cosio, a BJJ blue belt.
I'll tell you what, for a BJJ blue, he did a great job of surviving that choke, because then it was tight.
And when you mention blue belt, John, for the uninitiated fighting for the first time, that's at the beginning of your stages of
you're talking about
you got white, blue, and then
one step above white. And it's saying you're starting to learn the techniques, and you have a good idea of positioning and where you need to be. But
speaking of positioning,
a lot to go. And right now, this is where Jesse Roberts is doing so well. He's controlling the position. He's being heavy with the shoulder pressure, keeping Cosio where he wants him to be. Cosio's looking for that. The elevator he's got the butterfly hook, but
slick.
He just doesn't have the ability to work at the positioning that Jesse Roberts is able to move himself to.
Coming up, we will see Leah McCourt, ranked number 5 at featherweight, take on the number 2 ranked Sarah McMahon. Leah McCourt, what a battle with Kat Zingano. Talk about incredible reversals and scrambles. What a fight they put on. Of course, Zingano winning the fight and challenging Chris Cyborg tonight at Bellator 300 as part of the Gold Rush all-title fights card. Meanwhile, Jesse Roberts continues to maintain dominant position on Sergio Cosio.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful attempt by Cosio to try to reverse the position. Roberts just shut it down, though. And again, here you go. Heavy shoulder pressure, controlling position, trying to figure out what he wants to do as far as, do I want to try to go to mount? Cosio keeps on giving him the back. Very nice work by Jesse Roberts.
And we talked about, John, what happened in his Bellator debut. Revisited that fight against AJ Agazarm, who has incredible jiu-jitsu credentials, and what Roberts was able to do in that fight.
Yeah, great wrestling and jiu-jitsu practitioner AJ Agazarm, but Roberts was able to actually be the better ground guy in that fight. When you look overall, he won a split decision. It was a close fight, but man, he proved himself, especially in his pro debut.
And then he's gone on and won 5 more fights, 6-0, with 1 knockout and 2 submissions. Cosio back to his feet here in his Bellator debut with 1.5 minutes left in the second round.
Cosio showing you exactly what those 30-plus fights have done for him.
Unfortunately, he's wearing Roberts like a coat right now with the attack of Jesse Roberts, who brings Cosio back.
Cosio needs to be careful with that arm as far as it can get trapped. Yeah. He was trying to let go.
And Cosio looking to
this is where
get that RNC. Look at Cosio's head movement.
A young fighter like Robertson say, okay, let me slow this down and let me start to ground and pound. Let me start to make him pay for giving me a back. I'm not going to look so much for the submission. I'm going to look more to make you pay.
Cosio continues to deliver right hands to the face of Roberts. Roberts back into top position. 40 seconds left in the middle frame. Some elbows from the bottom, courtesy of Cosio.
Cosio at least able to get him back to his full guard. Here he goes.
He's active.
Trying to at least bring up towards a triangle. Looking for the arm bar.
Cosio does have 12. He's got some submission finishes. Of course, both these guys very well-rounded in many ways, but Cosio's experience, albeit at a lower level now that he's come to Bellator, facing a different level of fighter than Jesse Roberts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop. Warriors. Easy, easy.
win. I would like a finish. All right, you got don't be too hungry for the takedown. Be willing to come out with. All right, can you come out with that? So come. You know what? Coming for easy takedown.
Usted fue, Nico. Porque la distancia, camínalo.
Will Cosio win his Bellator debut, keep his win streak alive, moving it to 8? Or will Jesse Roberts remain undefeated at 7-0, the third and final round? And after 2 rounds, John, your unofficial scorecard, I hazard to guess it belongs to that man, Jesse Roberts?
It belongs. I gave him the first round 10-8. He almost had him out of the fight. Multiple good submission attempts. It's one of those you take a look. He dominated the positioning of the fight where it was at.
And Cosio doing what he has to do, coming out, throwing leather.
Cosio has to stop the takedown. Coach Gray told Jesse Roberts, I'd like to see a finish. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm sure Jesse Roberts would like to also. But sometimes not easy.
Jumping knee, and that was Cosio clocking Roberts, and Cosio striking, beginning to pay some dividends here in the final round.
That was a nice body shot.
Big right hand for Cosio. Roberts now retreating on the back foot.
This is what I believe Cosio has to do. Turn this into the brawl. You're the better brawler. You're the guy that you'll throw from any angle. All these things. You're tough.
Switches stances and lands the straight left.
Right down on the mouthpiece and get after it. But what he can't do is allow Roberts to get the takedown.
Knee and the left to the body, and Cosio now coming forward, ratcheting up the offense, knowing that he is behind the proverbial 8-ball here at his Bellator MMA debut. Needing to secure the finish, according to Big John McCarthy's unofficial scorecard.
Well, he's going after the body, though. But that Mexican style, let me attack the body and eat it up. Hit some big shots.
And there's a check left hook by Roberts, but then eats a left hand from Cosio. And a 3-punch combination. 3-piece and the soda from Cosio.
Roberts is tired. Roberts is sucking some air right now. This is exactly what he needs. Get into the clinch, slow it down.
Not popular with the fans, but definitely for Roberts after Cosio's offense definitely beginning to pay dividends. Now Roberts has his back, but Cosio staying in a vertical base for the moment.
Trying to work those hands free. Fighting the hands.
Yeah, Roberts trying to drag him to the canvas, does so, puts in the hook. And looking for the rear naked choke. Roberts has 2 submission wins, all of them courtesy of the RNC. Last one came November of last year.
Cosio just keep on fighting that position. There you go.
Good escape, reversal by Cosio. On his feet, has to be careful of the up kick. Oh, misses with that right hand. Could have hurt his hand as it crashed into the canvas. Now looking for the guillotine choke.
And he's got multiple.
Wouldn't that be poetic?
Choke submissions.
Roberts yet to taste defeat. Knee shield by Cosio employed, and wide base by Roberts. But Cosio, man, he has escaped many submission attempts by Roberts. Will he be able to escape the Bellator MMA cage in his first fight in this arena with his winning streak intact? Good, flexible guard.
Nice work at trying, but you got to set it up a little bit better, control that arm. Cosio right now in that position where he's just trying anything, just trying to make something happen. And Roberts is more in the position of, I'm just trying to slow this down. Let me just take and get my win. I know I'm up.
Work, get to work.
Oh, back to escape, slippery. Roberts finds himself on the bottom. Now elbow strikes from Cosio.
He's got 1:15 left. He could do it.
The crowd here behind Cosio. There's a reversal by. Oh no, Roberts is in trouble here. Triangle choke attempt by Cosio.
It's not there yet. Now it's locked in.
1 minute left in the fight. Top side. Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Mixed martial arts, Sergio Cosio with the come-from-behind submission victory against the submission specialist, Jesse Roberts, who had Cosio in trouble time and time again, and instead, Cosio makes a dramatic Bellator MMA debut, 8 wins in a row, and maybe the most unforgettable submission win of his career.
Simply put, when you don't give up, this is what you can do. And Jesse Roberts, he's on top. He slips off because he's tired. Cosio goes after him, and he actually, I thought he was starting to make a mistake as he allowed Jesse Roberts to get this sweep coming over. But he just kept the leg where it was at, brought it over the top, looking for the triangle. Right here, it's not set, but he's got the arm in place where he wants it. Now he puts it there. Now it's across. He grabs and he pulls that in tight. Now it's a tight triangle. Now Jesse Roberts being tired. He's in trouble. When you see him go over, you know that is not a good sign. What a win for Sergio Cosio.
Viva Mexico! Viva Sergio Cosio! The come-from-behind finish, the emotions running wild. He is 1-0 in the Bellator MMA cage. And for Jesse Roberts, heartache, taste defeat for the first time as he drops to 6-1 despite all that effort on the ground.
There was a ton of effort. Look, he did a great job throughout the entire fight.
What a dramatic finish to this fight. Let's get the official decision here now from Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, it comes to an end officially. 4 minutes, 5 seconds into round number 3. The tap by way of a triangle choke for the winner by submission, Sergio Cosio.
A late nomination for comeback of the year. Sergio Cosio picks up a victory in his Bellator MMA debut, and he improves to 26-8-1. Wow, Amanda, Josh, don't call it a comeback.
Absolutely, Moore. And I want to give a shout out to the crowd here in San Diego. They're absolutely loving the finishes that we've been able to see so far. A lot of representation with San Diego in our main card tonight. Josh, I'm not sure if you know this. Chris Cyborg, we're going to see her when she moved from Brazil. This was the first place she moved. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay, you're welcome. And somebody who she is going up against, who actually lives here, Kat Zingano. But I want to talk about what has been going on between these two women outside of the cage. Kat Zingano, very outspoken about how much she does not like Chris Cyborg anymore. She says, I used to look up to her. Now I just think she's a bully. And tonight, she's going to try to take her title. And you said if Kat Zingano has any chance of defeating Chris Cyborg, she's got to get her to the ground.
Yeah, she's got to be the bully in this fight. She's got to push Cyborg to her back foot. She's got to get her back to the fence. But Cyborg's not as easily pushed backwards as you can see against Julia Budd. She does the enforcing. She's the one that pushes people around. But Kat, if she's able to get this fight to the ground and do some work in terms of the ground and pound, threaten some submissions, and lay down those heavy strikes, it may put Cyborg in a position she's not comfortable in or that she's not used to being in. But Chris Cyborg has done it all, seen it all, and like she's only got 2 losses on her record. One of them being her very first fight ever. Look, it was a long time. She was basically undefeated for so long. This is going to be something, a mountain that Kat Zingano is going to have to tower.
It's so appropriate that we do get to see Chris Cyborg fight here at Bellator 300. The queen of the featherweights. However, speaking of featherweights, take a look at the rankings right here. We are about to see 2 of them go at it. Kat Zingano getting her title shot tonight. That is on our main card. But right now, Sarah McMahon going up against Leah McCourt. Morrow for that. We're going to go back down to you.
All right, Amanda and Sarah McMahon told us, hey, a win tonight, and that gives her, or should give her next, as Chris Cyborg defends against the #1 contender, Kat Zingano. Zingano coming off a win over Leah McCourt. McCourt eager to reinsert herself back into title contention tonight.
And she's going to try to use her size and length to do that. A 64.5-inch reach for Sarah McMahon, 69 for Leah McCourt. We'll see if that is a difference maker.
Number 2 versus number 5 in the featherweight division. Here is Michael C. Williams.
And for those that may have just joined us live on YouTube at Bellator MMA and Showtime Sports, we welcome you inside Pechanga Arena. Bellator 300 prelims go now to the featherweight division, set for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner at 5'10", weighing in 146 pounds even, currently at number 5 in the rankings. Her professional record: 7 wins, 3 losses, out of Belfast, Northern Ireland, Leah McCourt. And across the cage, her adversary out of the red corner at 5'6", weighing in 145.4 pounds, just off her successful Bellator debut. The former world title challenger stands now with 14 professional victories, 6 defeats. Entering the rankings at number 2, she's fighting out of Sacramento, California, presenting Sarah in charge, Jason Herzog.
Sarah McMahon looking for her 3rd consecutive win, building off a successful Bellator debut. Leah McCourt, well, she is looking to put the ball back in her court as she looks to bounce back after that amazing fight with Kat Zingano at Bellator 293 in March of this year. And McMahon, who's been working on sharpening her striking with noted striking coach Phil Nurse, who, of course, very successful with the legend George St. Pierre all those years. But we have seen improvements in her stand-up game.
We've seen a ton of improvements. And the one thing, if you want to notice, her hands are still fast, Moro. She keeps herself tight. Phil's done a great job of getting her to move her head off the center line and step in to try to negate that reach disadvantage that she has.
But her calling card is her wrestling. Began at 14, 6-time freestyle wrestling national champion. Here comes McCourt, though, and McMahon firing back with the right hand. Quick level change, looks for the takedown. And McCourt trying to defend it and does so. But we talk about McMahon and her credentials, John. The first member of the U.S. Olympic women's wrestling team in 2004. The first American woman to reach the Olympic finals. And here now looking for the finish on McCourt.
Yeah, and right, you know, what we're seeing is McCourt is in that position right now with her back. But Sarah McMahon stepped back. She got poked in the eye. She got thumbed to the eye. And that's what started this whole scenario here, but she fought through it.
Yeah, McMahon, a silver medalist at the Olympics, recently inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, and now clinching with McCourt against the fence. A minute and a half gone here in the opening round.
Great work by Sarah McMahon to stay mentally tough, knowing that, you know what, she took a finger in the eye and just decided, I'll be the one to handle this. I'll get in close, utilize my grappling. She slowed it down, and right now she seems to be fighting well.
McMahon has McCourt's back, looking to drag her to the canvas. McCourt desperately trying to stay on her feet. Knee to the thigh by McMahon. Back elbows from McCourt. And there's a lacing the leg by McMahon. And grappling going on as McCourt tries to break the grip.
Well, really what you're looking at is you're looking at wrestling grappling compared to judo grappling, because McCourt's a black belt in judo.
Yes, known for her.
She's got very good throws.
Exactly. You're right. Just past the midway point of the opening round as McMahon goes. And there is that throw by McCourt, but McMahon still controlling from the back.
That was a nice job of Sarah McMahon to keep herself locked to the body of Leah McCourt as Leah McCourt goes through with that throw. If she wasn't locked on, she would have ended up on her back with Leah McCourt in the top position.
Under 2 minutes left here in the opening round.
McCourt showed us she cannot break the hands of Sarah McMahon. She has worked at that. It did not happen for her. But there goes that.
Oh, and McMahon ends up on her back. McCourt in the standing position. Cognizant of the up kick, of course. And, of course, McCourt knows all about up kick.
She should. She got a win because of it.
Yep.
Nice elbow by Lee McCourt.
Under a minute left here in the opening round. McCourt delivering elbows from top position, slicing away at McMahon. McMahon trying to block round and pound from McCourt. 45 seconds left in the round. McCourt feeding McMahon a steady diet of right hands.
Can't really see exactly how many are actually landing, but Sarah McMahon not doing the right things to stop what's occurring here. Now she's just coming up.
And referee has stepped in. Leah McCourt with a huge bounce back victory over Sarah McMahon.
I'm wondering if they're going to end up going back and looking at it was an inadvertent, it wasn't on purpose, but the thumb did go in Sarah McMahon's
And there's a cut now to the left eye of Sarah McMahon, courtesy of those nasty elbow strikes from Leah McCourt.
Leah McCourt did what she was supposed to do. She went after her. That was a beautiful job of using her judo to get to the top position. Right here, passes through the legs, comes down into the guard of Sarah McMahon. And from that point, really started to just put shots on Sarah. It made Sarah go to her side and not respond. And that right hand just jackhammered continuously until opening up the cut and having referee Jason Herzog come in and stop the fight. Beautiful elbows here at the end.
Just McCourt's second TKO win, the first since Bellator 217 in February of 2019. That was via doctor stoppage against Atis Ozier, but Leah McCourt bounces back with the biggest win of her career.
Fantastic comeback win, and she showed how tough she is because she was taking shots at a certain point. She was in trouble. She just hung in there, took her time, remained calm. That's a big win for Lee McCourt.
McCourt turned pro in 2017 with one goal in mind, becoming a world champion. And she puts herself in position right now with that big win over the #2 ranked Sarah McMahon.
Possibly. You look at it, everything goes up and down so much, and you look and she's coming off of a very tough loss to Kat Zingano.
And the featherweight division, let's face it, not the deepest division in the sport either.
Definitely not.
So every win counts, and here, let's listen in. Sportsmanship on the part of Leah McCourt from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Let's go to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, referee Jason Herzog waves off the contest due to unanswered strikes. Official time 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Round number 1 for the winner by TKO, Leah McCourt.
Now 7-2 in Bellator MMA, 8-3 overall. Leah the Curse McCourt picks up the stoppage win over Sarah McMahon here at Bellator 300.
Hey, Bellator Nation, follow us across a large array of digital platforms and stay up to date on everything you need to know. Like us on the Bellator Facebook page and see exclusive videos. Follow us and get instant updates on Twitter at Bellator MMA and get a chance to have your tweet live on the broadcast. See amazing pictures on Instagram at Bellator MMA. Join Bellator Nation today. Tonight, Bellator 300 touts 3 world title bouts in one sitting. Liz Carmouche and Ilima-Lei Macfarlane put friendship aside in pursuit of flyweight gold. Sworn enemies Chris Cyborg and Kat Zingano finally face off for the featherweight title. And the $1 million lightweight World Grand Prix, that continues with a semifinal matchup between champion Usman Nurmagomedov and former champ Primus. Get ready for the gold rush at Bellator 300 live on Showtime tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Bellator 300 preliminary action continues in the bantamweight division. Bobby Cerronio III, he is 3-0 as a professional, all inside the Bellator MMA cage. He squares off with Alberto Garcia, 2-0, making his Bellator debut.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at both guys undefeated, 3-0 and 2-0. But both came in and made an agreement as far as weight. They said, you know what, we're not going to make this weight. And so Bobby Cerronio was up and honest about it. He weighs in at 130.2, making Albert Garcia not have to cut those final pounds. He comes in at 137.6.
Battle of unbeatens. Let's go to Michael C. Williams.
Tonight here at Bellator 300, the prelims. Move to the bantamweight division. We're set now for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner. At 5'10", weighing in 137.6 pounds. His professional record undefeated early on at 2-0. He fights out of Escondido, California, Alberto Garcia. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in 138.2 pounds. As a professional, he too stands undefeated. He brings 3 victories without a defeat from Vallejo, California. Bobby, the humble warrior, Cerronio. And the referee in charge, Blake Grice.
Bobby Cerronio fan club well represented here tonight, fighting out of Vallejo, California, and he takes on Alberto Garcia, who was out at Escondido. So it's a battle of Golden State Gladiators with someone, Zoe.
Bob, you ready?
Maybe about to disappear. We'll see what happens. With the left hook to the body, right hand upstairs, just missed.
Real difference here. Both guys love to stand up. Cerronio comes from a karate-style background, been a martial artist his entire life. The wrestling is where I think he has a slight advantage over Garcia, and we're going to see if that starts to take place in this fight.
Got here in the first stand. Cerronio again unloading, switches stances, misses with the left high kick. Back to orthodox.
Garcia getting a little too square.
Oh, a flying drop kick from Alberto Garcia. Oh, right hand drops Garcia and immediately snatches the neck.
What?
Now going to the back.
I do not know why he switched up on that guillotine. He had it deep.
He rattled Garcia with the right hand and now ground and pound. But you're right, he had the guillotine.
It was deep and he just let it go. But that's, you know, he felt something.
Garcia back to his feet, and Garcia now on the back of Cerronio.
Unbelievable.
Quick reversal of fortune for Alberto Garcia.
Garcia got dropped.
Incredible turn of events points in the first 2 minutes of this fight between the unbeaten Bobby Cerrone and Alberto Garcia.
Right now, Bobby Cerrone is going, how in the world did I end up here?
And look at Cerrone now in trouble with the rear naked choke attempt by Garcia. You're right, John. It was just seconds ago where he was on the verge of perhaps finishing the fight, and now he's in danger.
Both men just need to settle down a little bit right here. Cerrone has already got one leg free. He just needs to control the hands, get his composure. Same with Garcia. He wants to try to reestablish that left hook if he can.
There's the reversal by Cerrone, waist lock as they get up back to their feet. So good recovery by Cerrone. Equally good recovery by Garcia after what happened to him. So
Garcia was rocking. He just came right back.
Cerrone takes Garcia to the mat.
There's the wrestling I was talking about. He has gotten some good wrestling.
Yeah, wrestled for Sac City College for 2 years. Minute 45 left in the first round. Garcia rolling to escape. Now north-south position by Cerrone.
Very nice work by Cerrone to be able to catch that position. We'll see if he's able to do. Well, great job by Garcia. He just keeps on fighting through.
Has that wrestling background. Two promising prospects. These two were supposed to face off at Bellator 292 last March. Now putting their wares on display here in front of this crowd in San Diego, California, Pachanga Arena, celebrating Bellator 300. Cerrone and Garcia in the stand-up. Garcia, belly to back, suplex, but Garcia bouncing back up to his feet.
Garcia's like a rubber ball.
Under a minute left in the first.
He hits the ground, he's bouncing back up, man.
28-year-old Garcia, 25-year-old Cerrone. Under half a minute remaining. Side kick to the leg of Garcia by Cerrone. There's a 1-2 that backs Garcia.
Well, there is some serious bruising to the back right leg of Bobby Cerrone. If you look, I don't remember seeing that before.
Well, we see some good stuff here in the first 5 minutes as Garcia gets the takedown at the bell.
Huh? How's your energy? Right, the side kick is there.
The whole time. Definitely right there. Don't be doing nothing fancy no more, right? Get up to your feet, okay? Sit to the, don't be jumping and flipping no more. No more of that, okay? All right. When he had his back, stayed on his back, just control him, get a drum, just hit him a little bit, stay there the whole round. Win the round. Yeah.
Hold that back off, dog.
You got it. We're fine.
Here was a right hand landed by Cerrone. That's the one that put Garcia down. Let's take another look. That's a beautiful shot.
And look at this, John. Front naked choke being applied momentarily as Cerrone taking the back. But you're right, John. He let go of the submission attempt where he was establishing control, and it cost him.
I'm not sure why he felt something.
All right, here we go.
Just not sure why he did.
You ready? Ready?
The bell and round number 2, and quickly Cerrone staggers Garcia again with the right hand.
I'm telling you, Garcia's made of rubber. He just bounces. He gets hit, bounces right back like nothing happened.
Oh, there's that overhand catapult right against Cerrone. Steps up, goes to the body lock, backs Garcia to the fence.
Again, this is where Cerrone, he can do good work. Nice attempt by Garcia.
Cerrone back. Pounces on him again, backs him back to the fence. Minute gone here in the second. Knee from Garcia to the rib cage of Cerrone. Alberto Garcia, 2-0 with 1 knockout. Bobby Cerrone III, 3-0 with 1 knockout. All 3 of Cerrone's fights have come inside the Bellator MMA cage. Garcia making his Bellator debut and reversing position on Cerrone.
Cerrone reversing position on him. He's
yes.
in top position
and
now.
then back and forth we go.
Great.
Incredible scrambles.
Right now, Bobby Cerrone is going, what is this guy made of? He just keeps on bouncing around, going all over. He's absorbed some big shots.
It's been over a year and a half since Garcia last fought. So it's been a while for Cerrone. He's coming off a win over Miguel Peinbert in October of last year, so a bit of a delay for him too. And in fact, they both are coming off wins over Miguel Peinbert, who we will see in action tonight.
Nice work by Cerrone. Look at him lace the arm there. He's got his right arm coming around the back and holding the right arm of Garcia. He gets it free, but he needs some big shots before that happens.
Midpoint of the round and the fight.
Cerrone again trying to feed that hand.
Flexible Garcia on his back.
Trying to feed the right arm.
Ground and pound with that right hand. Chance of Bobby ringing out here at Pechanga Arena in San Diego. The humble warrior, Bobby Cerrone III. Under 2 minutes left in the round, looking for the submission. Good escape by Garcia, back to the choke by Cerrone. Cerrone looking for his first submission win.
Both guys putting on a great
and
the young fighters. Look at that.
An escape right to the back of Cerrone.
In the back.
Amazing back take by Garcia. Blood trickling down the side of his left eye.
Cerrone almost in a position of, yeah, I have my time. Go ahead. You can have yours for a little bit here.
Well, Cerrone quick to give Garcia praise as a wrestler, saying he's a stud in wrestling, has a specific skill set. Well, we've seen him show resiliency, good submission defense, and good at reversal sweeps here. A minute left in the round.
Again, he's got the one leg free, so he can turn inside of that position. Many times we go for the big maneuver instead of putting our weight onto that leg, crushing it down to the ground, and just getting to a better position.
Esther Lynn taking her amazing photos there at cage side, getting up close, and big part of Bellator MMA all these years. So many people behind the scenes. And here we are, 25 seconds left in the second round, and Garcia behind Cerrone, literally has his back. Cerrone firing off some strikes. But time ticking away.
Garcia unable to get really any strikes off, any submission attempts. There he goes in the couple.
Two undefeated prospects heading to the third and final round at Bellator 300.
Mouthpiece out. Let's keep it standing now, okay? Don't turn around. All right, let's keep it standing. All right, let's take him down. Don't worry about taking him down. Huh? Okay. All right, let's go. Go. Okay. Yes, no.
Bobby Cerrone Sr. wants his son to keep it in the stand-up department. Let's see what's going on in the Garcia corner.
Man, you gotta win this round.
Down, beat him up.
Take him down. Stay in his guard if you have to. Nothing fancy.
You can see it to the right side on the left part of the screen. That's Derek Anderson, long time lightweight stud at Bellator.
Willing to put it on the line in the embryonic stages of their career. Cerrone, Garcia. How do you have it going into the final round, John?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to say Cerrone is winning the fight right now. Garcia's going to have to find something to do, but it's been back and forth. It's close.
Statistically speaking, Cerrone has an edge in terms of the striking department. You look at the wrestling department, Cerrone 2 for 5 in takedowns, Garcia 1 for 2. We've seen a lot of great action on the ground, near submissions, reversals, and now let's see what Cerrone's able to do, if he's able to do what his dad wants him to do and keep it in the stand-up and deliver.
Yeah, we'll see. That was a nice kick to the body for Garcia.
Low line side kick to the knee there by Cerrone.
Oh. Just a little bit off. It touched, but it didn't touch without.
Inside low kick checked by Garcia. Garcia squaring up to Cerrone, hands low, baiting him. Oh, Superman punch from southpaw.
Is that what that was?
It looked like that. Maybe. And Cerrone wanting to get Garcia to bite. Right hand sent saliva from the mouth of Garcia. That right hand landed. Oh, nice body shot. And now Cerrone snatches the neck again.
Garcia has proven that he definitely has a chin because he's been hit with some big shots. And he just keeps on bouncing right back.
3 minutes left in the fight. Garcia needs to put together an offensive rally. The time by the referee as the mouthpiece will be put back in Garcia's mouth. He's doing his own housekeeping. Perfect. He's a warrior. His nickname is Wonder Boy / Batman. So I guess it was a Batman punch, not a Superman punch. Maybe that's why it looked the way it did. Midway point of the final round. There's the defense on display. The wrestler Garcia looking to get the takedown in top position on Cerrone. Over 2 minutes left in the fight.
Well done. Very nice movement.
And good reversal.
Cerrone holding on to that leg because he knows he's going to put him in a position to try to at least get out of here. Garcia all over him.
Left hands by Garcia. Knee strike has Cerrone's back. Cerrone very active.
Garcia just throws things from everywhere. It's like that Batman punch.
Cerrone back to his feet. Oh, mat return.
Well done.
Minute and a half left in the fight. Garcia looking to capitalize on this dominant position with just over a minute left here, looking to move to 3-0 while Cerrone looks to go to 4-0.
Cerrone fighting the hands, trying to break the grip of Garcia.
Final 60 seconds of this battle between these two undefeated prospects.
All those times you see standing back up and then the mat return, that's demoralizing, and that's when you start to make mistakes.
Crowd looking to rally Bobby Cerrone III. Garcia keeping him tied up. elbow from Cerrone. And then Garcia says, I'll neutralize that too.
He's looking like Twister. Hey, he's almost.
Reversal by Cerrone into north-south position. Good stuff between the humble warrior Bobby Cerrone III and Alberto Garcia. Still very much in the early stages of their MMA career, but we saw a little bit of everything, including the heart. And yes, someone's must go here tonight at Pachanga Arena, John. Bobby Cerrone III and Alberto Garcia embrace.
Fun fight. That was both guys going for it. You gotta love it.
You're right, you're good. Let's go.
Alberto Garcia from North County MMA and Team Explode. Head coach is Johnny Hughes. Trains with Derek Anderson and Robbie Peralta, representing Escondido, California, proud of his Mexican heritage. And of course, the humble warrior Bobby Cerrone III, just 25 years of age. All 4 of his fights here in the Bellator MMA cage, and he is hugging his father, wondering what lies ahead. Here we go, John.
It was the big right hand at the beginning. That's the one that
mouthpiece, goodbye.
Put the mouthpiece out. Still didn't go down as he absorbed it well. He points over like, yeah, I need that. Mouthpiece goes out. But Bobby Cerrone found out that, man, Mr. Garcia was here to fight, fighting till the end. Great effort by both of these young fighters.
Let's go to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your 3 judges at cage side. All 3, Brian Miner, Hadi Mohamed Ali, and Felicia O, all having exactly the same 30-27. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Bobby the Humble Warrior Cerrone.
Bobby Cerrone III improves to 4-0. He hands Alberto Garcia's first loss as he falls to 2-1. 2 hungry prospects putting on a show, and Cerrone being serenaded by chants of Bobby. We will have bonus action coming up following the main card of Bellator 300. Join us for 3 post-limbs. Bonus coverage coming your way from Pachanga Arena. And coming up at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific on Showtime, it is Bellator 300. The Gold Rush, 3 title fights. Usman Nurmagomedov defends the title at lightweight against former champ Brent Primus, the undefeated champion, looking to defend in the semifinals of the lightweight World Grand Prix. Chris Cyborg defends the featherweight title against #1 ranked contender Kat Zingano. Liz Carmouche, well, if she wins or it's a draw, she retains the flyweight title. Former champion Ilima-Lei McFarland missed weight, is not eligible to win the title. If she beats Carmouche, the title will be vacated. Join us for Bellator 300, the Gold Rush, at the top of the hour from Pachanga Arena in San Diego, California.
Tonight, Bellator 300 touts 3 world title bouts in one sitting. Liz Carmouche and Ilima-Lei McFarland put friendship aside in pursuit of flyweight gold. Sworn enemies Chris Cyborg and Kat Zingano finally face off for the featherweight title. And the $1 million lightweight World Grand Prix, that continues with a semifinal matchup between champion Usman Nurmagomedov and former champ Brent Primus. Get ready for the Gold Rush at Bellator 300 live on Showtime tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Usman Nurmagomedov vanquishes Benson Henderson and does it in quick fashion.
The Bellator MMA World Grand Prix is the ultimate test of skill and will. 8 elite fighters were drafted to compete for the $1 million prize, with lightweight champion Usman Nurmagomedov at the center of MMA's most exciting knockout tournament. Opening the Grand Prix was a fiery face-off between rising star Tofik Musayev and the always indomitable Alexander Chablis. A surprising stopper from Chablis in the final minutes silenced the SAP Center, with Chablis cementing himself one to watch in the tournament. The undefeated king of the lightweights, Usman Nurmagomedov, came into the Grand Prix as a big favorite. His first tournament title defense was a fight against MMA vet and former world champion Smooth Benson Henderson. But it was Nurmagomedov by name, it was Nurmagomedov by nature. Usman secured the win with an epic submission in round 1 to book his spot in the semifinals. Fight fans in Paris were treated to one of the best fights of the year, as France's own Mansar Barnoui faced off against MMA veteran and former lightweight champ Brett Primus. Firing at each other for over 5 rounds, it was Primus that got the best of Barnoui and booked his ticket to the semifinals via unanimous decision. After an injury forced former Grand Prix winner AJ McKee to withdraw, Bellator legend Patricky Pitbull would instead face rising fan favorite Roberto de Souza inside the iconic Saitama Super Arena. The former Bellator lightweight world champ took down de Souza with a powerful kick to progress himself to the semifinals and cement his spot as Bellator's all-time top knockout leader. Up next, the Bellator Lightweight Grand Prix enters the semifinals as Bellator lights up San Diego with an epic night of champions at the Pechanga Arena. Champ Usman Nurmagomedov and Brett Primus both look to become the first fighter to book their spot in the finals when they collide in the main event of Bellator 300. We then head back to the Windy City as Alexander Chablis and Patricky Pitbull face off at the Wintrust Arena. Can the rising star defeat the former champ? But who do you think will reach the final? The road to $1 million continues live this Saturday night on Showtime.
Kidding me?
Oh, right hand, that's it. Welcome to our top knockouts in Bellator history. Very true. Oh, right hand, that's it. That is it. Game, set, match, Douglas Lima, and he punches his ticket to the tournament championship. Wow. Through the jab and then bang, right on the jaw. Incredibly accurate right cross. Man, that is a fight ender.
Midway through round 1, and that uppercut lands over and over. And the return from Rampage.
Fedor doing a very good job of actually confusing Rampage about where he's going to attack. Big shot.
And it is all over. Big shot. Fedor Emelianenko knocks out Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Watch the shot here. Right hand just starches him. He goes face forward. You see a guy shaking his head. What is it telling you as the referee? I don't want to be where I'm at. I don't want to be in this fight. And that's why it was stopped. A good stop. Allow Chris to throw that bliss and get you against the cage. Fist, put her in that position. Right hand, watch the right hand again. Boom! Right on the chin. Kavanaugh goes down. She tries to sit up. She's out, and then gets woken up by the next shot.
The bell in round number 1. You see already when they're close to each other. Jay Silva. Oh, good left hand. The end is there. And that is it. Just like that. Game, set, match. Hector Lombard. This is in real time. That right hook, left combination, he is clearly out. Wow. Another look at, we can see it 10 times. Wow. I'm being told right now it's a 6-second knockout. That right hand on the button started off bing. Left hand right behind it. As soon as he hit the floor, he was out.
Bellator ranked heavyweight champion Ryan Bader competing for the first time at heavyweight. He's already dropped the ball with the left hand. Ryan Darth Bader. And Bader beats King Mo in lightning quick fashion. Mamma mia!
He comes down both. That left hook just stuns Mo. Puts him back on his heels, comes after him, and look at when Bader's on top of you, that leg hit him didn't help. You see Mo get in trouble. He starts to go flat. The shots keep coming.
A minute 13 now left, and there's that head kick, and now there's the knee. There's the knee, caught him. Burridge just caught Pico with the knee. Burridge defeats Eric Pico. Mamma mia!
Good stoppage by Dan. Huge shot. Again, going after him, and this is why we said Adam Burridge is a dangerous fighter.
In the first. There's a jab again. Sharp jab in the left hook.